my headset. Oh, shut the fuck up. Gotta hear enough of him today. Yeah, I'm screenshotting this. That's what you'd be paying.
Okay.
Yep. Me and Dylan are strongly, should I say strongly, considering going to all 3 races at Charlotte, because we found a deal we can get a pass for like $130 each.
Like the same price as a cup ticket.
Yeah, because it's like it's a 2-day pass, 2 tickets, and the total's like $280, and we're gonna split it in half. And we go to the truck race, Xfinity race, and Cup race and sit in the same fucking seats every day. And they're good seats, dude. That Chrysler section, that's really good seats. So, yeah, we're probably going to do that. I'm excited. I get to go to the fucking race 3 days in a row. Hope we get good weather that weekend. I mean, if they don't, and they might, if it rains, they'll put the truck race the same day as the Xfinity race. So, who knows? Yeah, it's Memorial Day weekend. I asked for that Saturday and Sunday off already, and I won't be working on Friday nights. So, and if I am, I'll just have to tell her. Nah. I ain't put off for that, but I can if I have to.
3 days of buying die casts.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I hope that stream last night wasn't weird. It was weird for me at first because I could fast forward commercials and long cautions. I was fast forwarding through, especially at the end within 3 overtimes. When they're just riding around under caution, I'd be like, zip. But yeah, we're probably going to Charlotte 3 days in a row, so you won't hear from me at all Memorial Day weekend. The next couple of weeks, if my work schedule stays the same, I'll be able to do the Xfinity races when they happen, because Darlington and Dover are both 1:30 start times, which is what they should be every week.
1:30?
Yeah, the Xfinity race at Darlington's 1:30. The
The
Cup race is no. The Cup race is 3:30, Dylan.
Yeah, I got excited. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I would be excited too, dude. Fuck, because we'd get home so fast.
I was like, oh, damn, we're gonna have to leave early.
Yeah, Michael. Yesterday was eventful. I live streamed me watching Stage 3. I had to avoid looking at comments to not get spoiled, because watching a race when you already know what's gonna happen is so fucking pointless. So it wouldn't have been fun for me. Let me shut my door. Yeah. Because I'd be like, oh great, Noah's gonna win. Well, now I've been fucking oh my God, that's sexy. Is that Davey Allison car they're running around right now?
Top speed on that
About honestly about the same as what you're going to see today. About 185 over. About 185, a little over 190 in the draft. That's a sexy fucking car. I've always loved that Dayglow orange on the 28. And yeah, Larry Mack crew chief that car.
The spring race at Talladega, we led the last 71 laps to get my first and only win.
Ty Dillon for the win today, Michael. I can feel it. Good things are going to happen. I'll be right back.
We had to go to that car after a practice crash, and it actually won the Daytona 500, and 3 months later came to Talladega and won the race there. Let me tell you something. What an honor to drive this thing. We're at a legendary racetrack. Legendary driver in Davey Allison. Man, what a cool experience this is. I even got somebody let me borrow Harry Gann's helmet, man. I'm telling you, I ain't coming off the track. They're going to have to come get me. Well, listening to you, Clint, you know what it reminds me of? The excitement I would always hear out of Davey Allison. It was his home track, my home track. He would start talking about racing at Talladega several months out. He loved racing there.
Cool, I should get to eat my dinner under the pace laps here. God, I'm hungry. Michael, I'm pissed because Noah got a launch because Allgaier ran out of gas and nobody had time to say, whoa, hold on a second, and Noah just fucking went. Where are you going? Oh, cool.
Yeah, think about it. 35 years ago, as a rookie, Davey got his.
Oh, yeah, that white, black, and gold car that Davey had, that was pretty sick. I like the black one the best, though. Look how high up off the ground the nose of that 28 car is. Don't you miss those days? I wouldn't want to race in that damn thing. Look how fucking low the roof is. Why does Clint get to do all the cool shit like drive Davey Allison's car? Talladega.
It's the 10th race
So yeah, for anybody who didn't hear, me and Dylan are going to the Truck, Xfinity, and Cup race at Charlotte because we found a really good deal. So that's what we're doing.
Please welcome from the new epic action film, The Northman, in theaters now, Alexander Skarsgård. Drivers! Start your engine!
That's a command for you right there. We got Junebug early this year. Yay! Yeah, anybody who wants to go to Charlotte, 2 passes for the weekend totaled up to like $280. Right under $280. You divide that by 2 with a friend, you go to all 3 races for like $136 or whatever. Pretty sweet. I'd recommend that to anybody. See, I just thought of that because a couple years ago, I bought the weekend pass. The truck race was the weekend of the All-Star race, so the weekend pass in 2019 was for pole night, ARCA race, Xfinity, and then Cup. And that was like $100 total, maybe. Like maybe just under 100, and we did that. Yes, I'm going to go watch a Kyle Busch truck race in person. I wouldn't be going if it wasn't just such a good deal, and it just made sense to go to all 3 like that. So poor Dylan's got to do a lot of driving that week. Not real. I mean, Charlotte Motor Speedway is an hour and 15 minutes from here, and it's pretty much a straight shot. Whatever. We'll deal with that when I go to buy the tickets in about a week or 2. You took Larson and Byron. I feel good about my Ty Dillon for $91 or whatever the fuck. My back hurts today because I was stocking dog food. And it's the first time I've ever had to stock dog food. Yeah, you don't realize them fuckers weigh like 20 or 30 pounds a bag. So that was a lot of bullshit today. So my back hurts. I got a mild headache. Talladega is the cure for my headache. It's the cure for all my problems. Hey, Caden. It's Talladega. And we get Junebug in the booth. I will be right back in just a minute.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the Geico 500. His name's not on the deed, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. owns this place. 6 victories at Talladega, including a record 4 in a row. He was known as the Pied Piper because everybody wanted to follow him in hopes of getting to victory lane. Now, he is still NBC Sports lead analyst, but he's on loan, and we're thrilled to have him. Welcome to the booth.
Junior.
You've had quite a weekend roaming around here, but let's take a look at this.
Michael, you got Byron, Larson, Eric Jones, Austin Dillon, Harrison Burton, Justin Haley, Cole Custer, Daniel Suarez. You got to get a winner out of one of those.
Only 2 laps in the race. Toyota ran well, but a Ford was first on race day Thursday and Sunday. Here we come, and Toyota's at the top of the board in qualifying. The Fords are nowhere. The Chevys are in the middle. It's all topsy-turvy. What do you expect?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see just how this race plays out. The way cars qualify and the way they race is a little bit different. We saw that in the 500, like you mentioned. What have the Chevrolets done? What have they learned from the 500 to try to fix some of those issues of pushing and drafting and tandem drafting? What have the Fords done to try to remain strong? We saw the qualifying efforts of the Toyotas. really, really fast. Does that mean that they're going to have fast race cars? We'll have to wait and see. They really did work well together in the Daytona 500, but they don't have the numbers. They got swept up in wrecks, and Ford took over.
Right, only 6 Toyotas now. Back to Daytona. And the idea of
Harrison Burton sure was fast at Daytona before he got Keselowski'd.
enough and when is too much.
I'd pick Brad, but I'm worried he's going to get caught up in a wreck that he caused.
You got to be able to take a push. There's Ricky Stenhouse going for a wild ride. It was a wild race.
Yeah, the big concerns is how these cars match up, how the Chevrolets push, how they can be pushed, how the Toyotas match up. The Fords seem to be the ones that can push the best and take a push the best. We also saw some great pushing and tandem drafting from the Toyota.
I got bets on Chris Buescher and Ty Dillon.
In a test for Hendrick in January. Really, really uncomfortable being the guy pushing and being the guy getting pushed. What have they done to get that better?
Well, let's hope. They've done enough. Let's go to our crew chief, Larry.
You guys see Larry Mack with tears in his eyes yesterday, fist pumping as Jeffrey Earnhardt was closing in on Noah on the last lap. That hurt my heart.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. It was such an honor to be there. Richard Childress racing the 3-car with Jeffrey Earnhardt. But even though this was an Xfinity Series race, I learned a lot yesterday. And I know today is 500 miles.
Andy Petrie was up on the box with him. Oh, jeez. Jeffrey Earnhardt got his career best finish, topping his previous career best finish, which I think was at Charlotte in 2019 when he drove the 18 car. I was there.
The fuel window is 38 to 42 laps. Now, my thought will be these teams will run each stage as long as they can on fuel. You have to pit as a group. Don't be surprised if someone tries to get off strategy and maybe the minute their window opens in the stage, they'll pit, Mike, especially in that final stage, trying to get that track position to the checkered flag. Poor Larry spent 60 laps yesterday trying to get his car back up into a position to win. Here's the Geico starting grid for today's race.
A Toyota front row is surprising to say the least on a super speedway, especially for Truex. See Truex on the front row at a super speedway. Love that second row with Hemrick and Suarez. I'd be surprised if Junior said NBC booth.
Hey, buddy, we know you had a fast car in qualifying. That thing was bouncing around the racetrack, though. You still got some of that in there? You dial some of that out? What kind of race car do you think you got?
Yeah, I have no clue. I hope it rides a little smoother than it did in qualifying, that's for sure. But, you know, in Daytona and Atlanta, the two super speedway samples that we've had so far, handling has been a non-factor for us. So, got all the faces of the wall. This is wall number 22, where he's going to drive really good. And,
Christopher Bell almost won Atlanta till he made the boneheaded decision to block Ross Chastain below the yellow line.
yeah, I mean, obviously getting some stage points would be really big.
Or did he go? I can't remember. Did Ross block him? Oh, I think Bell hung out Ross and passed below the yellow line. Trying to remember Atlanta now. It's been a while.
All right, Christopher, thanks for talking to us today, and good luck in the race.
A lot's happened since Atlanta. Not all of it good either, as far as racing goes. Greg Biffle's back today. David Reagan's in the race. J.J. Ailey's in the race. B.J. McLeod's going to win because that gift that NASCAR shared on Twitter the other day told me so.
But you did win both stages in the Daytona 500, man. That's got to make you feel a little bit better about your chances today.
Talladega BR. Junior talking to Truex.
Well, you got your teammate on the front row with you, so tell us what the plan is when the green flag drops.
Plan is to try to get line here.
He's going to drop down in front of the 20 car. That's what they're going to do.
No idea really, if handling's going to come into play much today, we're not sure. So just feel all that out, take care of that stuff, and go race and hopefully be around again. I think it's going to be the key.
All right, Byron, thanks for talking to us today. Good luck in the race, bud.
Thanks, Al.
Every car that has a colored spoiler is a cool-looking race car. Have you noticed that today?
Yes, Mike, it is a beautiful day. And you know, the last time we raced here at Talladega, it was the 23 of Bubba Wallace who went to victory lane. It was the first time in his career. Well, his interim crew chief, Dave Rogers, told me he expects to run up front today. Why? Because his driver has a knack for this style of racing. He knows when to push. He knows when to wait it out.
We're due for another Kurt Busch Super Speedway win. It's been a while.
At the Daytona 500, he's hoping
Kurt Busch should have won way more super speedway races in his career.
Well, Jamie, it's been a tough start to the season for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Just one top 20 finish. That places him deep in the points and makes it necessary in all likelihood to win a race.
Beautiful Sunny D car until you get to the front and you see that Kroger bullshit. Way to take a perfectly good paint scheme and ruin it.
But I talked to Stenhouse before he got in the car. He loves this style of racing. He's won here before. He embraces the challenge and the chaos. He starts mid-pack, but don't expect
Chaotic racing for a chaotic driver.
Vince, every time that we come to Talladega or Daytona in speedway race, one of the guys you have to watch.
Hey, remember that time Regan Smith won Talladega? Oh, never mind. We talk about that every fucking year. Every year since 2008, we have talked about Regan Smith at Talladega. That's never gone away. Not even a little bit. It's not like Wilkesboro in 91. That went away. You know, Brett Bodine. But Brett Bodine winning when DW probably should have won. But Regan Smith getting fucked at Talladega has never gone away.
That could be key. Thanks, Regan. You know, the last time I saw Clint Boyer running this fast, he was chasing Jeff Gordon. Remember that?
He's trying to get up to this booth, man. We're waiting on him.
Clint's got more energy than I've got.
He doesn't know where he's going. They chased him around a little bit.
Well, he had a little speed on the boulevard the other night, I'm told.
What's he doing?
Out for a ride. No, that's the exit.
He's heading out the tunnel.
Well, I guess when we see him, we'll see him. You know?
Clint Boyer can't find the booth.
Hope it's soon.
Well, that's probably a good thing. We get spared Clint Boyer for a little bit. 60 laps, 60 laps, 68 laps. So the race is split into thirds, essentially. Not sure how I feel about that, but
94 would be a complete race, but there's no rain in the forecast.
thank God, no rain in the forecast.
Pit road and the fuel window 38 to 40.
Talladega getting rained on is the biggest bummer in NASCAR. So I'm really glad it's not going to rain.
Start of the season here.
They're coming to the green. You got here like just in time.
I had the choice of going inside or the line. And I chose to go inside. And when I came out, the guy that I would have been behind in line hadn't even ordered it. And I was like,
Good decision. We're going to come green.
We're making all the right decisions. You know, I don't like Noah Gragson, but that Wendy's car is pretty nice.
you got a one star.
Yeah.
That's very fitting for him.
Big, good diecast car one day.
Very fitting for
Followed
him.
by
Good diecast car to have one day. Speaking of good diecast cars, everyone Kevin Harvick drives seems to be one.
You don't have to work so hard if you can keep that track position, stay up front. You can do that on pit road.
Uh,
See all the in-car cameras that we have here today.
Almirola was somebody I would have considered.
New next-gen car provides us with a lot of opportunities to show you so
It
many
is
great
Talladega,
shots.
though, so I guess
Chase
anything
Briscoe
could
won a dirt race just across the street at the short track last night.
Briscoe is
rolls off 17.
We're getting the green flag at 3:21.
Brad Keselowski.
He's going to be one of the
You know, like I said, I'm glad for late start times when I work, but they still could have started this bitch an hour ago. Hell, they could have started at 1:30 and I'd have been here.
Yesterday was an Xfinity race.
How about we start all Cup races at 1:30, 2 o'clock?
Today. Joey Logano, the fastest qualified Ford, also with an onboard camera. As is Bubba Wallace, Kurt Busch.
Look at my packed stands.
Crowd looks like Junior's racing here today. As they come to the line,
No boogity this week. Darrell Waltrip's gone back into his hole.
green flag.
Yeah. Green flag. And Bell drops right in front of Truex like we knew they would.
There were some team orders for him to take the lead, get down there in front.
They better just shut up today and let Junior talk.
Here out front.
There's the drone.
To get up to speed as they're still going through the gears down the back straightaway.
Have they brought Junior to a Talladega?
Almost up to full size.
He called the Busch Clash a couple years ago for Fox.
Great sound.
No Suarez.
Daniel Suarez on the
The whole field's 2x2.
draws even with Christopher Bell coming
Bell
up
and Suarez, Truex and Kurt Busch.
Organization on the bottom looks like that's going to push Christopher Bell back out front.
First time at Talladega with this new car. You'd imagine it'd be very similar to Daytona, though.
Christopher Bell will lead the first
The tracks have their own little quirks, though. Bell leads the first lap. There's my man Ty Dillon trying to start that third line way back. I told you, he's aggressive. That's why I bet on him.
Ty, we're 2 laps in.
Yeah, I hope Stenhouse lets Blaney in line. Yeah, what the fuck was Cindric? I think Cindric was like 16-1 or something. Michael, correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, yeah, who had to do a pass-through at the start? Landon Castle. Yeah, Landon Castle had to do a pass-through on the first lap. Oh, Joey. Joey. Back off. Joey was about to wreck Eric Jones right in the middle of the field.
Oh, Joey got blocked, huh?
Cooler heads prevail on lap 3.
Is this the place for payback day?
Michael, if Suarez wins, send me $20 because I'm going to go down the street to Don Ramon's and get me steak velouda for dinner.
If Suarez wins, that diecast will be pre-ordered. I just bought the 164 of that too.
Look at this. Logano nearly killed Jones. Cindric was 18-1, but if Suarez wins, I need enough money to go buy Mexican dinner tomorrow. I will use that money for expressly that reason because Don Ramon's just up the road from my house. Is a badass Mexican place. Logano in the pack tends to use his head. It's when Logano gets out front that he drives like a jackass. Yep, we've ran 3 full laps the whole field 2x2.
And something we noticed in qualifying, the car on the outside leading.
Where do you want to be at right now?
The track house entries have a little
I want to be at the front.
than any of the rest of the field.
Running 2x2 is not bad. It's when they start that 3 wide slingshot bullshit in the middle of the pack. Oh yeah, Biffle's here.
When I say
And David Reagan's here.
kind of skewed to
Lennon Castle. Oh, yeah,
crooked down the straightaway. So we try to set up a push on the car like that.
William Byron's one of the most underrated super speedway guys now. He's won Daytona. He won Atlanta. Byron's always running it. He's probably the best Hendrick driver for super speedway racing right now is Byron. I'd say Byron, then Chase. Larson, I don't know if it's luck or what, but Larson's just never taken to this kind of racing. Although he's made it farther than he did last year. Last year he blew up on lap 1.
There's nothing you can do. There's no other way. There's no other line to get into. You really just got to sit
I
there.
don't think Larson has the patience.
Yeah, Larson doesn't have the mindset
He seems like
for super speedway racing.
get it done.
Every driver loves to be in control, but especially guys like Larson, and he feels like he's just not in control. You've got to embrace. Kyle Busch struggles with that too. You got to embrace this. The guys who don't like this kind of racing usually suck at it, except Ryan Newman. He didn't like it, but he was good at it. You got to embrace it. You got to be smart, but you got to be aggressive. You got to take the runs when you get them. Ty Dillon was the first guy to go 3 wide up top, and that's what Joey's talking about right now. Didn't work. Big stack up here.
That's interesting that he's asking the spot.
Joey's the most nervous man on the racetrack. He's got Keselowski right behind him.
I don't want him telling me where to go, but it's pretty clear he trusts Coleman. Coleman knows what's happening beyond what Joey can see. And so Joey's telling him, no.
I'm so caught up in my Ty Dillon bet, I got to remember I got Busher too.
Patience is the name of the game. Ride a little bit. Let these tires wear out. Start separating the field.
Oh, yeah.
Just
I
a little
didn't
bit.
think about that.
Rough ride for Kevin Harvick. Regan, he's dropped.
Busher's running mid-pack.
Mike, we wondered how these cars would drive here today
Nah.
at Talladega, the first driver to
Everybody's got to pit one time in the stage. They're probably,
Chase qualified back.
very bad
yeah.
for the team wearing
Surprisingly, the Hendrick cars mostly qualified poorly.
Him and Bowman
so much on the front end.
Hendrick usually sweeps the front row on a super speedway, but not this time.
Cars bouncing on the nose, and he's worried about it getting tight, bouncing, pogoing up the racetrack. We saw a lot of guys.
Yeah,
in
whoever
qualifying
said it
clip,
first
bouncing
can
on the
take
front of the
them.
cars. They find speed that way, but they got
Yeah, Byron was 16-1 and used your odds boost on. That's a good bet. I'd say Byron or Kurt Busch would have been a great one to use that on. Yeah. Yeah. Michael's got a handful of bets.
I can't argue with the Byron bet. Talladega, I can't argue with a handful. That's the best way to
One of them is Suarez.
You could really get yourself about 10 options.
I get a free dinner. He already said I get a free dinner if Suarez wins. Eventually this will single file out, but I'm glad they're still 2x2.
I get free serotonin.
We all do. They'll all pit around lap 30. They'll split the stage in half.
Talladega will be amazing at that point.
I want to see Bubba win in front of a big crowd at Talladega and hear all the racist people get upset. Race relations will be perfect for the rest of time if Suarez and Bubba finish 1-2 at Talladega. We'll all come together in harmony, even the inbred retards in the stands right now. Oh, that third line, and Joey Logano's leading it with Keselowski and Stenhouse behind him. They're about 10 cars deep, 10 cars back to get to 3 wide. Yeah, the whole field's getting 3 wide, and I know Fox is about to go to commercial because they're about due for one.
Oh yeah, that's how Blaney's gonna get up front.
Hey, Kyle Busch, Reddick, Byron. Reddick gets put in the middle. Byron tucks back in. Reddick's going to the back. 4 wide in the middle. Reddick got hung out. Just hold your line. Go to the back. It's early. Take her easy. Don't worry about it. It's early. They're pulling up on a lap car, too. Oh, God. What a terrible time to go 3 wide. Eee. The whole field squeezes by. Landon Castle. That's my 8 wide racing.
I feel like we didn't say that in a while.
Yeah, because the last 3 fucking weeks have just been horrible shit shows. Yeah. I mean, Bristol was the best race the last 3 weeks. I think Richmond had the best run to the finish. Martinsville was just awful. Now Suarez and Byron are leading the 3rd line. This is all good. You know who loves this? The guys on the very bottom. If Larson could pull up and get a run on Hemrick here.
They got some great momentum here. What will the Toyotas up front do? They're going to get up there and block that 99 car Suarez.
Nah, stay on the bottom. I am not worried about that 3rd line. I'm staying right here on the bottom. If I'm Bell and Truex, I'm staying on the bottom. See, look, that 3rd line's going away. All that did was bring the 2nd line back, and the 2nd line's going to be there all day. So if you pull ahead, don't even worry. Hamlin and Bubba pulling out of line, going to the back. That was the plan, obviously. Kurt Busch would probably do it with him, but look where he's at. 3 wide in the middle, running 5th. But Hamlin and Bubba pulled out of line, went to the back. Hamlin's made a living doing this, and it works out well for him every time. Suarez leading the race now.
I think that outside line is going to get some more momentum here through the trial down the front straightaway. Kyle Busch out in front of that line.
Reddick got screwed, but he did the right thing. Just hold your line, take it, go to the back.
Daniel, though, controlling that bottom groove, controlling the line, controlling the race right now.
Ty Dillon is up in the top 15 now, and he's on the bottom line. Good, because Ty Dillon's in that single file line on the bottom. Ignore that 3rd line. Suarez, Byron, Bell, and Truex are good on this bottom. It's hard to go to commercial when they're running like this. All right, they got to go to commercial, and I got to go get food. I'll be right back. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten since yesterday.
Go ahead, caution under break.
We were just talking about Jeffrey Earnhardt and how we were at Charlotte a couple years ago when he drove the 18 car and got a top 10. That was his best finish until yesterday when he finished second. I'd say 2 out of the 3 times Jeffrey Earnhardt's been in a good car, he's made the most of it.
Yeah.
He drove the 18, he drove the 3, he got good finish. I know he drove an Xfinity race for Dale Jr. once, didn't do that great, but that was early in his career. So I don't think Jeffrey Earnhardt's ever going to set the world on fire, but credit to him, he took advantage of an opportunity. Hell, he spun out when we were at Charlotte and still got a top 10. Everybody was spinning out that day because it was hot as shit, it was slick, and tires were blowing. It was like Darlington at Charlotte. It's the best way. And look, there, single file, all on the bottom. Joe Logano moans when he wipes his own ass, and he sits down to pee.
15 laps complete. Daniel Suarez leading William Byron, Christopher Bell, Martin Truex. And
Forgive me for chewing in your ear for the next little bit, but I got my headset on and I'm eating.
Oh, yeah, we're looking good. Suarez, Byron. Yeah, Larson's 6. Ty Dillon's 7.
Ty Dillon top 10. Justin Haley top 10.
Noah Gragson's 12.
Noah started dead last.
He was 36 4 laps ago. No way.
Noah started dead last. He's 12th.
So what he's
That must
talking
have been
about
a lot of
is
people
his
out
car's
of line.
traveling.
A lot of the Toyotas.
Noses down, the front of the car travels, and it's bottoming out. Clint, that's
Now just think,
pretty
if
scary.
Hamlin didn't win
You can't
Richmond,
get up in there and get
Hamlin
in
would have
that
not
mix.
pulled out of line.
Worrying about
Yeah,
that car
Cody
shooting
Ware
up the
17th,
racetrack.
Biffle 20th. Yeah, those lines just
If Hamlin didn't pull out, if Hamlin didn't win Richmond, he'd have stayed in line. He'd be racing for track position and stage points. But since he won Richmond, who cares? But before that, Hamlin's been having the worst year of his career.
We thought they were going back there because they felt
Eric
like it was
Jones
a bit
pulls
too
out of
busy up
line.
front, but it's really a
Ninth
balance
place
issue.
to
They'll
lead
have
the
to
top.
work on that on the first pit stop.
Hamlin, a 5-time super speedway winner, including
God damn it, this plate is hot.
victories here.
I can't hold it.
Up the field is single file.
Hey, Logano, you're getting outrun by Cody Ware. What's your problem, dude?
Michael, you've got 6 guys in the top 11.
There's a lot of Chevrolets up in
Who's
the
he
top
got?
10, to be honest with you. We were
Fucking
worried about the
Suarez,
Chevrolets
Byron.
where they could run
Him or
in the front
I
of the
can't
pack.
remember who else,
But
but
so
he
far,
said he's got
it's
6
still
out of the top
there.
11. Well, Austin Dillon's one of his bets.
I would assume it'd probably be like Dillon, Kurt Busch, Haley, Byron, Suarez, and maybe Bell or
You saw him
Henry.
in 5th place, trying to
Eric
make a
Jones,
move and
one of
get
those
squeezed right through the center lane back to 25th. Jamie.
And I listened to the radio after that happened, and his spotter Derek Neiman said, "My bad, I was on channel 2, so I had a late call there." Tyler said, "No problem."
Spotter was on the wrong radio channel.
And my car is just bouncing around so much. So right now, right
That's
quality,
fine, we're
not
just
good on
at
me,
Talladega.
and neither is the track position.
Be like that video I showed you where the guy did the parody of ESPN. You heard the spotter go, "Car inside. All right, I'm going to go have a smoke. I'll see you in a bit." They're at Talladega. I'm going to go have a smoke. I'll see you in a bit.
Oh, you're leaving that outside, Dale.
Hell yeah. Can we just go ahead and pay me now?
In 12th place, and then mostly Chevy.
Hey, Michael, can I get my advance on my $91?
Great start to the season, moving up from where he started
Good
in
point. There's no
24th
Fords in the top 10.
position. Crew chief Alan Justin told me before the race, this was by design. Them
7
not qualifying
Chevys
as good as they wanted to today.
Michael, it's obvious Ty
They
Dillon's going to win.
wanted to take a different approach to the speedway race.
Go ahead and give me an
They
advance.
wanted to be aggressive in the pack, and later on in the event with that race car, so far, so
Imagine
good.
paying somebody in advance on Talladega.
Driving very well. Got some teammates in that outside line working toward the front.
And it pays
GMS
off.
teammates Ty Gibbs, Eric Jones.
Ty Dillon Jr. Damn, Jr. did a Marty Reid.
Sorry, Ty Dillon has had a great season.
We got too many ties.
Why are you thinking about Ty Gibbs?
Too many ties, chases, and Austins. I've told you.
Ty Gibbs is on Junior's mind. That
Being out of the
pisses me
series for
off.
several few years. In front of that car back
Junior's probably like, I can't believe Sam Mayer let Ty Gibbs punch him in the fucking face like that.
Two Chevrolets able to push really well.
Sam Mayer should have won Talladega, really. They got fucked.
Austin Hill should have won yesterday.
Here in 2020.
He's a rookie, ain't he?
It's hard to dominate a super speedway race, and Austin Hill was dominating that race.
You might see OT tie in the lead soon. Vince?
Oh, this food was good for me.
It has been a very good
Rubbed the
season.
sixth
They
in
were
that
10th at
outside.
Bristol last week. They were 11th at Daytona. This is a team, especially on these super speedways,
Them
that feels
twins.
like they can come up and contend. Right now, like others, not really happy with the ride quality. Loose over the bumps and need a little bit of grip on that nose. It's a little too much, too unstable for Ty Dillon's liking.
It's on the hood flap on the 43 car. Eric Jones, it's a lot larger, taller
Chris, we are the race whisperers, man, Michael. You need a second place bet. I'm your fucking guy.
Yeah.
You know, all you need to know about the diffuser.
Although the past
You
few
saw that a
weeks.
little bit with the old
Yeah.
car, just a little bit.
I did get Byron at Martinsville. I had that one.
The first thing I noticed, all that air
You had an
is moving
Xfinity one
force
too, didn't you?
straight through onto that hood. where
Was
you
it
get
AJ?
that, you know, vacuum right there.
I can't remember.
Lifting those-
No, you had Ross.
The driver, it's really
Yeah.
You had Willie
and
B.
it could, it could destroy itself. Then
Who
you got
won
other
Xfinity
problems
at
teams gotta
Martinsville?
worry about.
Brandon Jones.
Pretty annoyed, pretty concerned when I see it. Watch this thing right there. Second car on the outside line. Look how
Can't
tall
remember.
that thing is. Way up in front.
Where did
Second
they race before
completely
Martinsville?
blocks the view of the driver just momentarily.
Yeah, I'm going to argue with you, man.
Richmond.
If that thing's doing that, that means my hot rod's fast.
I didn't pick the winner at Richmond.
I'm okay with it, boys. Just make sure this
But I've won a couple of bets this year. Like I said, William Byron, Ross Chastain.
Both in Chevrolets, then Christopher Bell and Martin Truex in Toyotas. 20 laps
My
completed.
dad was talking about betting yesterday, and he said when he first started watching back in the early and mid '90s, he said every time I bet on Rusty and Mark Martin, Rusty Wallace and Mark Martin, every time.
That's not bad. You look at the stats, though.
And I asked him, I said, well, you didn't never bet on Bill Elliott or nobody like that? He said, nope, Rusty Wallace and Mark Martin every time.
He's like my dad's cousin Barry. He has a catchphrase. Well, so I'll just show you the people I grew up around. Big NASCAR fans. My dad was an Earnhardt fan. His cousin Barry, big Rusty Wallace fan. Fucking loves Rusty Wallace. Rusty's gonna do it today, you know it. Every fucking Sunday. Hey, Rusty's gonna do it today, you know it. Every fucking week. And then from like 01 to 04, Rusty didn't do it, you know it. He didn't win for like 3 years, but still, hey, Rusty's gonna do it today, you know it. So my whole life, anytime I see Rusty Wallace, I audibly say out loud, Rusty's gonna do it today, you know what? And nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Now you know. That's why I wish Rusty would come back and run SRX so I could say, Rusty's gonna do it today, you know what? They run SRX at Bristol or
That sounds
Richmond.
like something Clint would say.
Need to run SRX at Bristol or Richmond and have Rusty come back, because Rusty just might do it, you know it? You know it? That's what Barry would always say, you know it?
DW run Bristol.
Martinsville and Bristol. But Rusty needs to run Richmond and Bristol if SRX ever races there. I'm worried I won't be able to stream SRX this year either because of my work schedule. Chris, super speedways are my favorite bets of the year because I get my hopes up every time because I get to pick like a mid to long shot guy. The best
There at the end and don't get
Jordan
done.
Anderson, who I bet on at Daytona last year, went from 12th to 2nd coming off of turn 4 on the last lap. Almost had $50 on Jordan Anderson.
You ready to almost have 90 today?
Just pick 5 guys and put $1 on each of the 5 guys. It's the best bet of the year for me, super speedway races. I think I got too big of a piece of meat here. But I was hungry. Pit stops are coming soon. Rusty's gonna do it today, you know it? My dad told me a story once. He was leaving the 1999 Coke 600, and something shitty happened to Rusty Wallace that day. And my dad's an asshole. And my dad's convinced that this guy in a Rusty Wallace hat was looking at him funny. So my dad said, what the fuck are you looking at? Ain't my fault that stupid piece of shit on your hat from Missouri can't drive a damn race car here today. They got in a fight because my dad made a joke about Rusty Wallace.
Chase Briscoe.
There's my 8 long snake.
Yep, there's my 8 long racing.
Chase Elliott.
Suarez, Byron, Bell, Truex, Hemrick, Larson, Haley, Kurt Busch, and Elliott single file with Ty Dillon and Eric Jones right behind them.
Was how these Chevrolets, and you're riding, you see
How'd you
the
bet on
car right
Chevy
there,
today,
would
Mike?
do.
5 laps or so, pit stops are coming.
Qualifying day and just dominate the day with the fast speeds. We wondered if there was something
I've got
that
Busher and Ty
they
Dillon.
were drafting, how they could do better than
Michael has a small army that he bet on.
13, there's only 3 other cars in it, and those are Toyotas.
What was wild is when we saw the 9-car qualify so poorly, some of his teammates qualify in the top 10, I immediately
that fucking
assumed something was
4-car
wrong. They missed it.
Wreck that
Something
motherfucker.
about the balance of the car. But then maybe they were doing something intentionally to race
Meat's too
better
dry.
that's going to cause that car to qualify poorly.
Chevrolet Max.
I can't believe Blaney
First
is.
race at Talladega with the next gen car.
That yellow line rule, Chris, we're beating a dead horse on that one.
Never remember being 25 laps into the start of a race at
Hell, half the
Talladega
time NASCAR conveniently ignores it.
no separation from first to 38. Less
I
than
think they should have
3
gave Noah
seconds
Gregson a
between
restart
the
penalty
driver
yesterday.
Suarez and
But that's
JJ
just me.
in the 55 back there in 38. About 2.5 seconds. The fellow who has gained the most
26 laps
possessions
in,
is
and
Noah
there's only 3
Gregson.
seconds
He
that
started
separates the whole
out
field.
back.
What up, Todd?
Has gained 23 spots and
Good
has the
afternoon, or
fastest lap of the
almost evening, because it's 4 o'clock, and we just started this race about 30 minutes ago.
Noah Gregson, fastest lap in the race. Biggest move.
Wow. Well, it makes sense. Getting big runs from the back of the pack. I'm not surprised Noah and Ricky have the fastest cars right now, or the fastest laps.
They make a great speedway program. And
Corey would have been a good underdog bet, because hell, he gets top 10s all the time at Daytona and Talladega.
Motorsports has just one full-time employee. And look at the ride they're getting.
There's not a bad bet in the field unless you start looking at Rick Ware racing cars or something.
You just mentioned he won yesterday. Well, he may have celebrated a little bit. He went down Talladega Boulevard last night, and I saw him, and he said today's going to be a rough one, but we're excited about our opportunity because they're just here to win the race. That's all that matters. So right
That
now,
Wendy's car is pretty sweet looking.
62.
that gives you a different graphic for Noah.
Hey, Dylan, if there's a long red flag, we should get Sonic.
Here comes a 9 car on the outside. Chase Elliott trying to put something
If
together.
there's a long red flag, I'm giving you my card, and you can go to Sonic, get what you want, and you can get me what I want.
Woke up one day and said, "Good morning,
So if a red flag happens, I won't be pissed.
You know there's going to be a red.
Yeah.
Chase leading it outside.
But if I don't get ice cream, I'm going to be like, oh, fucking red flag.
The only thing I ask of you, big titty god NASCAR gods, is if we get a big one today, make it a 30-plus car race.
Make it late in the race, because you don't want to do it
I
early.
want like 20 cars to DNF.
If you do it early in the race is going to suck the rest of the day.
That's what I mean. I want one of those like 12 cars finish on the lead lap race.
Suarez holding up pretty well. Look at Harvick pushing Elliott. Makes me want to throw up.
GMS cars were out there earlier, couldn't do it.
They're
They're on
making
the
it
bottom
work.
route.
I don't know how many cars Keselowski's going to wreck today, but Logano almost took out about 10 or 15 a little while ago.
Besides that,
It's been pretty clean other than that.
they come back to the double wide.
Yeah, we're just been 2 wide most of the race. 3 wide occasionally until they get up to about 5th place, and that third line just dies.
We saw in Daytona how well those
Yeah,
cars
they-
could push, not just make contact
I hate to
and
say it,
physically
but
push.
Harvick and Chase got some.
Junior just said we saw at Daytona how well them Fords can push. Yeah, unless you're Brad Keselowski.
It's easier for
He's
the
got a
Fords.
rounded
But
nose.
he's got in the 9
That's all I heard when they
Staying
ran
on that, the
Daytona.
9 has
Talking about
to
the
drag his
advantage
brake,
that
has to
Ford
do
had
something
forever.
to try to keep them connected, because the minute you do, it'll shoot you out.
It was so much that Chevrolet felt the need to change the body of the Camaro after 2018. They rounded off their nose a little bit because that Camaro nose was like pointy.
When we come back, the pit window.
Yeah, pit stop should be happening. Oh, wait, you had to say it. There's the kids going to commercial, having a seizure or something. She looks like. Who is that fuck? I'm not even going to go there. It's a really offensive joke. I'll be right back. I was about to make a really offensive joke. Even I was like, okay, I shouldn't say that one. You know what's great, Dylan? You know what I have worked into my schedule every week?
Masturbation.
Well, that's not on hours when I'm at work. I have it to where I made up some bullshit where I'm like, they were going to hire me, right? And I'm part-time technically. So I was like, yeah, 3 or 4 days a week. Give me Mondays off. So I get Mondays off. So long NFL Sundays and NASCAR races, not a problem now. You remember I'd always get depressed at like 7 or 8, like, I gotta fucking work tomorrow. Nope, not anymore. I'm off on Mondays. So I had to sacrifice Saturdays, but I think it's for the best because on Sundays I get off at 1.
What are you really losing?
Yeah. So yeah, I got built-in Mondays off. Dude, I love it. Because last week was my first one. So I started a week ago, and I worked Saturday and Sunday. Then I had that Monday off, and I was like, feels nice. Feels really nice. What are my thoughts about the new car? I think the new car is fantastic at big racetracks and road courses. Got to fix them on the shorter tracks. We can't be shifting at Martinsville. All they got to do is, it's not even the car. They just got to change the gears. Because I heard like Blaney and Harvick say, no, the cars are fine. We just got to do something about the gears because shifting is what made Martinsville so shitty. We can't be shifting on a fucking short track. So change the gears. Other than that, I love the new car. I think it's been the greatest thing to ever happen in the last 15 years.
Well, the pit window is open.
Pit stops.
And right away, the man who almost won Bristol, Tyler Reddick, is in. But
Guys, I said this to Dylan before I came on the air. I had a week to think about it. If I was Tyler Reddick, I'd have punched Chase Briscoe in the mouth, and they got the hood up on Reddick right now. The pit window's open, but he pitted by himself, and they got the hood up. If I was Tyler Reddick, I'd have punched Chase Briscoe. Briscoe was a man about it. He said he was cool if he did. So I'd punch Briscoe and then feel bad about it later, but I'd have still punched him. The more I thought about that all week, the more mad I got. I was like, he should have beat his ass. So Reddick's blowing up. That's a damn shame. Reddick out of the race with an engine.
You always tell yourself that, Dale. When you hear that thing drop a cylinder, you're like, oh, is it just a plug wire? Come in, check the plug wire. As soon as they diagnose that the plug wire's not it, 9 times out of 10, you broke the valve screen.
So the first 30 laps of this race, the entire pack stayed together. Now they are broken up somewhat. But we will see manufacturers try to pit their cars together.
Green flag pit stops at Talladega, always fun.
Fords and Chevrolets, the rest of the field, and they'll try to pit in groups.
I love Chase Briscoe, but he'd have got punched last week. And then I'd have shook his hand the next day and been like, we're cool. Look at Cody Ware. Look at Cody Ware! Ah! Spins out at pit entry. Oh, but don't worry. Yeah. Yeah, who bullied Cody Ware into spinning out coming to the pits?
Now the gods are bullying him, Dale.
Oh, no, but that's the guy that Chase Elliott didn't have nothing for last week. Motherfucker can't even get on pit road.
I love that. I was like, damn, he ain't playing.
My favorite part is that Chase didn't even know who the fuck he was. Who is that? Cody Ware. Cody Ware? Motherfucker can't even drive in a straight line on the pit road.
Oh,
Here come the Toyotas.
Woo! Boy, I'm going to tell you what, I thought Christopher Bell was getting sideways there. I thought he just got tired.
We had a group of Fords the previous lap, and now all the Toyotas together. And Alex Bowman. Bowman's at the back, so. Toyota and Chevy do seem to work together because there's not a lot of Toyotas, so they tend to kind of cooperate with some Chevrolets.
Kyle Busch is in the 48 next year, Dale.
Kyle Busch will never be back at Hendrick.
I hope he don't go to a Chevrolet because then I hate to have that shit.
Kyle Busch Trackhouse 2023. The Toyotas and Alex Bowman make it out of the pits okay. Hamlin way behind. Did Hamlin lose a lot of time on pit road? Here come the Chevrolets, and there's a bunch of them. This is where you get in trouble. Protect that 42 car at all costs. They might black flag Ty Dillon. He passed to the left coming down pit road. Although Justin Haley had to stop for his pit box, so maybe they won't penalize Ty Dillon.
When Joey done that, we was questioning it.
Yeah, Ty Dillon passed to the inside coming down pit road. That's supposed to be a no-no. But it was Justin Haley stopping because he had the first pit box and couldn't get to it. So don't penalize 42. Gas only for a lot of guys. I've seen some two-tire stops, but mostly gas only. Yep. Haley had to stop completely and wait for everybody to go by before he could get to his pit box. Well, actually, I said all the Toyotas have pitted. I was wrong. There's 3 Fords and 1 Toyota that ain't pitted.
What is Joey?
Burton, Custer, Logano, and Kyle Busch are the last group to pit. I think it's a lap car.
I thought it was Joey
Now
at
Joey's
first.
not able to pull into his pit box. He's complained more about his car than I think any driver in my section, saying how loose he is. Almost trouble there. Ran over a hose, but all is good for the 22. They took
Joey
both
is
sides only.
going to get right.
Cole Custer waiting on gas after taking 2 tires, and so is Kyle Busch.
That Interstate Batteries car that Kyle Busch is driving looks a lot better with a red number on it. Ross Chastain too fast on pit road. Kyle Larson's leading the line of Chevrolets around. And they're black flagging Chastain now. I think Larson's going to be the leader.
Hendrick, 1, 2, 3.
We'll see. Yeah, Larson's going to be the leader here when this cycles through. Unless Logano and Harrison Burton can merge in front of them. It is close.
Trying to get up speed. Going through the gears. Larson in the pack is coming.
The pack's coming. Stay on the bottom. They're too fast. Yeah, Kyle Larson will be the leader here. Line of Chevrolets just parade around the outside. But Chastain's got to pit. He'll be able to pit here when he gets clear of Logano.
There you are now.
Yeah. And Ty Dillon with this lead group of Chevrolets in front of Logano and Harrison Burton. Uh-oh, Ty Dillon couldn't get clear.
Oh, you got the Yodas put.
Now they're going to go right around him. Ty Dillon couldn't get clear to stay with the Chevrolets. Logano got to his inside, and the Toyotas passed him to the outside. Which throwback ski's my favorite so far? William Byron. I can't wait to see that Flames car in person with that shade of blue on it. I think that might be my favorite so far.
Ross still out on the racetrack. You have to serve
Oh, the
his
21 also.
So I know we're spending a lot of money between Darlington and Charlotte, but our next race after that's not till
But you gotta
Darlington
think
in
about
September.
it. We're not taking a room in Darlington.
Yeah. And we've got all the way until September before we go to another
What
one.
is it to say? Let's say over $200 on the Darlington trip and spend the extra $30 going to Charlotte.
Well, when we go to Charlotte, we'll save money on food because we'll just stop at Cookout every day.
Charlotte's food.
Yeah.
To the end of
They ain't got no $2 hot dogs.
Yeah, ain't no $2 hot dogs anywhere else in the world outside of Martinsville. We got 20 to go in stage 1. We got Hendrick 1, 2, 3.
I'd be a little bit hyped if Larson won at Talladega.
Yeah.
It'd be weird.
Be very unexpected. But yeah, so we get a few months to save up for Darlington, Bristol, Charlotte, Roval. That's like 3 playoff races right there. I won't be able to stream 4 of the 6 playoff races because I'm going to 3 with you, and then I'll be on the cruise during one of them.
Oh, man.
So you won't see as much of me come playoff time because I'm going to a bunch of those races. And the last Kiss Cruise I'll go on. I'll be right back. I kind of don't care what the price is for the Bristol night race because it's the Bristol night race, and I want to go. So I wasn't willing to pay that much for the dirt race, but for the night race, I'd be like, yeah, sure, fuck it.
Yeah, the night race.
Oh wait, Chris, you're right. I changed my mind because I said this to Dylan earlier. The Harrison Burton, Jeff Burton throwback car is my favorite. That was the one that made me jump out of my chair. I love that paint scheme so much. Jeff Burton had some really cool paint schemes back in the day. I don't think Jeff Burton ever had a bad... Between Roush and RCR, Jeff Burton never had a bad paint scheme. I think his Caterpillar paint scheme was boring as shit, but his singular cars that he drove were fucking amazing.
If he was the one that always drove the singular.
Robbie Gordon had some before, but then Jeff Burton got there, yeah. The singular car with that blue AT&T logo on it. Love that car. I think as far as cutting the course at Coda, according to a lot of drivers, there were so many dudes cutting the S's in Coda and not getting penalized. But they would just pick guys like, hey, you cut the corner, you're penalized. They said, I think Blaney was like, are you fucking kidding me? And his crew chief said, what? He said, Larson's cutting the S's every lap. And that was back at Coda. And they're like, really? And yeah, he is. And they complained to NASCAR, but the NASCAR never did anything.
42 green flag laps completed. Talladega.
There's that old Fox NASCAR music. Ah.
Talladega, this is just only fucking one person.
Hey, if you win that, we're buying Charlotte tickets now. I don't need another paycheck or two to feel good about it.
Who was on the pole?
Yes.
Where will he finish at the end of stage 2? They already made the hardest fucking question.
Does anybody ever win that? So many questions.
Hell.
So many questions, Clint.
They've given away over 100,000.
Here comes Bubba Wallace and the Toyotas on the outside line making some ground. We're getting late in the stage here. They're going to start pushing hard.
I've never seen somebody so happy with your money.
That Hendrick 1, 2, 3 with a couple of Chevys behind him makes me feel good, but Bubba Wallace is coming. Bubba's in a position where he needs to race for points. He's not too far out of the playoffs.
Had a multitude of issues on that stop. He is now 32nd, Regan.
Mike, a number of issues on that stop, including sliding through the box, but it's a cool story.
Larson's due for a good finish. He's had a rough go lately, Michael. I just didn't think his turnaround would come at Talladega, but it's still early.
With that opens opportunity. Jackson Gibbs, son of J.D. Gibbs on pit road, making the tire changing for the number 11 car.
These fucking Gibbses won't go away, will they? The Joe Gibbs family tree needs a little trimming.
Getting ready for a big pressure moment. Come down pit road. Your driver slides through the box the first time, but a very cool story down here.
Very much so.
Look at that
Right on
Bubba
board
fit.
here with Brad
Yep.
Keselowski, the next car to go a lap down.
Bubba's leading that outside. He's up to 5th place.
Serving the penalty. That's the penalty coming up
Yeah,
on him here.
Keselowski had to have a penalty earlier. He's about to get lapped. Hey, Brad, do what you did in 2014 where you jump up in front of everybody and cause a fucking crash, running with the leaders 2 laps down.
I'm not panicking as a Keselowski fan right now. He's going to be able to get in that draft. There's there'll be another guy coming a lap down. All he has to do is get settled in somewhere.
I like when Clint Boyer says all's he has to do.
Go out there and race to the guy that's going to be the next one a lap down.
He's fine because the next car 1 lap down. Cody Ware is about half a lap back, and Lana Castle even further back on the race.
How hard they going to race for the stage win here? I figure Chase Elliott will be aggressive for the stage win. He's the points leader and hasn't won a race yet.
Catch another couple cars here in a little bit. Chastain and McDowell running together, just about 37 seconds behind the leaders. Soon enough, they'll be catching those guys.
In case you didn't know, Chase Elliott ain't won a race this year because everybody's talking about it for some reason, like he's not going to win a race or something.
Larry, how about our leaders?
Well, what I find interesting, the 3 Hendrick Chevrolet drivers at the front, Larson, Byron, and Elliott.
Yeah, I'm sure Larson's super speedway hatred probably started with the first time he was in a car at Daytona. And yeah, the only thing left of the car were the 2 side doors and the roll cage when they pried him out of the fence at Daytona. And yeah, he flipped in the 42 car on the last lap here at Talladega before. Had a bad Daytona 500 his rookie year. Gets wrecked in the summer race every year, it seems, at Daytona.
With that pit stop strategy.
And now he has another reason to hate super speedways. It ruined Atlanta, so take away his Atlanta advantage.
Since pit stops, not making a lot of gains on the drivers on the inside.
4 Toyotas followed by Bowman in that top line. They're up to 7th place now.
If you look back to Daytona, that's what all these teams looked at for what to expect with this car. Well, he barely made it to stage.
Ooh, a little stack up there in the front group of the Hendrick cars.
But they came back in Atlanta, that plate style racing, and they won it. One thing that William took away from that race, this car handles better. You can push better. You can be more aggressive, and that set him at ease. And right now,
Yeah, Michael, I think you're right. Bubba needs to win to make the playoffs. He's not that far out, but he's probably going to have to win. That team they don't have the consistent runs. They're not good everywhere. They're good at a handful of tracks, but they're not good everywhere. Not good enough to make the playoffs on points.
And I think in talking to some of the guys over
They might be able to knock on the door, though.
We're here to win the race this weekend. Made some adjustments, and man, it sure seems like it's paying off.
I know, with that daily practice, only using sim, no on-track activity. You got to give it to these engineers and these teams to be able to develop.
The second Atlanta race is in July. And we were going to go to that, but too far away. A little too far away.
So far, working well for Hendrick Motorsports. Kyle Larson still looking for his first super speed.
I love Corey LaJoie's paint scheme today. That's better than his Darlington throwback car. Yeah, I remember when we were really talking about going to Atlanta. It's like July 10th, hot damn, Atlanta in July in the middle of the afternoon. Fuck me. Too long of a trip, though. In the next year or two, we'll get on a plane and go to Talladega. If we go to Talladega, we'll fly. Better get a rental car or something. Oh, hey, Janet. My fucking back hurts because I stocked dog food today. Not a fun job. But I still don't hate my job. That's a miracle. Damn, excuse me. Oh, this onboard camera where I can't see shit is so good, Fox. Oh my God, this fucking window. Get in here, boy. Mr. Ozzy's in the house. What are you doing, Ozzy? Bubba has made it up to third place. The Hendrick cars are still 1, 2, 3 on the bottom, but Bubba's side by side with Chase for third.
Win the stage, Bubba.
Yeah, go for that stage win, Bubbles. He won't win the race will be the first comment you see on any social media post, and it'll be funny if he does win the race. How was my work week? Pretty good.
Well, they're zooming on that outside.
I did last Saturday 3 to 10:30. I did Sunday morning 8 to 1. Then I did Tuesday 5 to 10:30. Then I did Friday 8 to 1. Yesterday 5 to 10:30, and then today 8 to 1. And Bubba takes the lead.
See who's sneakily behind Kurt Busch trying to join his other three Hendrick teammates.
Bowman pitted with the Toyotas, and it's brought him all the way up here to his other teammates. Bubba led that lap. Larson got the lead back, though. Two lap cars. Yeah, that's Chastain and McDowell. I think it's Chastain and McDowell, because Chastain sped on pit road. Ooh, a little bit of aggressive bump drafting.
Spinning right there would
Oh my God! And these lappers are This is bad. This is bad.
My
The field had to split Ross Chastain through the middle and snake around McDowell on the inside.
Wow.
Oh Lord, that's almost as dumb as Atlanta when fucking the front row cars, Gilliland and McDowell, went too wide in front of the leaders with like fucking 20 to go or something.
How did they not wreck?
I don't know how they didn't wreck. They pulled it off. That was a close one. Kurt Busch is running fourth in the outside line. He's about sixth place, but he's the fourth car in the outside line. Bubba Wallace is leading. He's got Bale, Truex, and Kurt Busch right behind him. I don't understand what the fuck McDowell, or hell, Chastain. This is more Chastain than McDowell. McDowell held us on the bottom. Ross made him go through the fucking middle. Ross, come on. That's why nobody likes Chastain except the fans. That's why the other drivers hate Ross Chastain.
You know what's funny, Dale?
What?
It's front row.
Larson and Bubba running 1-2. Back and forth for the lead.
As this stage has just 8 laps to go.
Glad they got side by side.
Oh, God. Hold your line, Bill.
Exactly. Pretty early in the race before.
I felt like Bubba was going to get turned coming out of the troval there.
What I say about lap cars, hold your line, had to find one first.
Well, what made that even more tough was one of them did. One of them stayed in the bottom, and then one of them went to the middle and basically picked the front row 4 wide immediately.
But it has pulled this whole pack back together in one long freight train.
I'm not surprised that the stadium at the USFL game's empty. Talladega's on today. See them hood flaps going up. You know they're pushing the shit out of each other. Oh, but Bell got Bubba a little squirrely in the center of the corner. Larson pulls ahead. Larson got too far ahead. Here comes a big run. Big old run. Larson got too far ahead.
You saw Bubba get loose getting into the corner. He elected to get off of him.
He's got him. He's got him.
And Larson led that lap, but I thought he got too far ahead. Bell is making me nervous. Bell keeps slicing across the bumper of Bubba in the center of these corners and not holding steady, and it's scaring me. Now Byron's got Larson squirrely going down the back. The wreck's going to happen with Bell and Bubba. Of course, we can't see it because right as that was happening, they cut to onboards in the middle of the fucking pack. Now, he needs to stay on the bottom. If Byron goes up top, then Toyotas will shuffle him out. They'll go to the middle on him and shuffle him out. So Byron's doing the right thing. Stay with your teammates. Now, Bubba has a habit of ditching his teammates to get in front and play the lines. I don't know if he will. I think everybody here is going to be smart and stay with their teammates until the very last second. And, yeah, Ross, because of what he did, is still in this lead pack in the free pass position. Logano trying to make a third line with Keselowski, who's a lap down. Brad's trying to get up there and get this. See, oh! Brad almost turned Joey. Brad's trying to get the free pass. Joey's trying to win the stage.
You ain't done it today. Go ahead and do it. What I tell you, Joey is due to
You've got the battle for the free pass right in the middle of this group while these guys are racing for the stage win. Junior's right. Joey's like, what the fuck are you doing? I guarantee Joey's like, chill. All Brad has to do is get ahead of Ross. That's for the free pass. He's going to let Joey back in. No, he shuffles Joey out. How do you like getting shuffled out by a lap car? Joey tucks back in. Buscher's at the tail end of that line. Bubba's still leading the race side by side with Larson. Oh! Hemrick got turned. Well, there goes one of my bets.
Briscoe. All right, Reddick shouldn't have hit him.
Hemrick got turned. I thought he saved it. He overcorrected. He crashed into Briscoe and Chris Buescher, so I'm one bet down. Stage one's going to end under caution. Kyle Larson wins stage one, I think. Or is Bubba the leader? Who was the leader at the time of caution? They were door to door. Now it says Bubba's the leader. God, Briscoe got a nasty hit. That's karma, Briscoe. I'm sorry. I love Chase Briscoe, but after last week, he kind of deserved that. I thought Hemrick had it saved. You see, Ryan Sieg did the same thing yesterday, and he saved it.
I was worried he was going to do what he did, just go right back up the track.
I went back and listened to my stream. I can't believe how calm I was when Sieg had the same thing happen, and he saved it on the last lap. I said, oh, shit, he saved it. I thought Hemrick had it saved. And I think Bubba Wallace is going to win stage one under caution. Poor Daniel Hemrick's done. Buscher's done. My two bets were Buescher and Ty Dillon. I still got Ty Dillon. Was it a bad push from the 3 car? What the fuck? Dude, Hemrick just stopped. Something broke on Hemrick's car, and he checked up and got run over. Yeah, the 16 had a problem. That was just something broke on Hemrick's car. Well, that's just unfortunate. Watch how the 16 just stops. Austin Dillon did all he could, but then everybody behind him just kind of stuffed up into him. And Chris Buescher, the unluckiest man on the racetrack there. Who got the free pass? Was it Chastain? Blowed up. No smoke, but dude, these new cars, when they blow up, sometimes they just stop. That happened last week with Austin Dillon, I think, at Bristol. His car was like, and just stopped. There was like no warning. There was no warning that Hemrick was blowing up there. That car just shut off. That's the weirdest thing. No smoke, no nothing. Oh, Briscoe's on board. This is going to be brutal. Broke the camera. That onboard camera went bleh. Died a brutal death. Bubba Wallace stage winner. Why'd you have to take out Buescher? At least Ty Dillon's still running. By the way, Janet, if Ty Dillon wins, I get like $90. be the biggest bet we've ever made, and Ty Dillon's still running, having a good day too. But yeah, those engines just cutting off and just losing all their speed all of a sudden is like terrifying. Yeah, one pick down, and we didn't even make it to the end of stage 1 before I lost one. Yeah, God, Briscoe's gonna be sore tomorrow.
That sucks.
Yeah. Oh well, should have got punched last week. Stand by that. I was all nice after the race. Oh, good, they're shaking hands. That's good. That's good. Then the more I thought about it, nah, I'd have punched him. Because I heard guys like Logano and some other drivers go, oof, probably would have said something or done something. Bubba's driving his McDonald's car today. I do believe that's a McDonald's car. And it just won the stage. The Boomers are one step closer to having a full-scale meltdown. Actually, now under caution, it says Larson's the leader. They were side by side when that wreck happened. I don't know. We're just going to have to wait to see what they say.
I hope Bubba makes me order another race win diecast of his.
I got my Bubba shirt over there in the drawer. I ain't wore it lately. I can't wear it to work, so I should just wear it around the house.
Mine says Bubba Larson Bell.
Bubba Wallace has been ruled the stage winner, according to Bob Pockris. Leaderboard says Larson, but NASCAR says Bubba was ahead at the time of caution.
Mine says
Scoring
Bubba,
loops
Larson,
and whatever.
Bell, Byron, Truex, Elliott.
Yeah. Radman posted this, and I agree. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is the best analyst in NASCAR, and nobody comes close. I agree. Jr. is exceptionally good at this. Back before Junior became an analyst, I questioned it. I'm like, I don't think Junior has like the speaking skills. He's not much of a talker, but Junior's really coming to his own. Such a good speaker. He struggled with speed. He'll be the first to tell you he struggled talking for most of his life. Words like, and he said some of it might have had to do with concussions, because he said like the words would come to him and he couldn't like put the shit together, and he said he felt like something was wrong in his head. So yeah, the concussions had something to do with that. I love Keselowski there, though, trying to two-car tandem Logano to get past Chastain to get the free pass. That was hilarious. And Logano's just along for the ride. We had some moon car highlights in the pre-race show. Dale Jr. won the other night, upside down and backwards.
In a 3-wide photo.
Yeah, 3-wide photo finish at Talladega and moon car on iRacing, and Dale Jr. won. Upside down and backwards. And Anthony Alfredo just said, I don't think we've seen one of them next-gen cars have as much damage as Briscoe just got. That was insane. That was as hard as you could get hit in one of these cars. Once again, Bubba Wallace drove the perfect race. He stayed in the back the whole first stage. And they pitted with like 4 or 5 cars, and they got up to the front with Bubba leading the group. What's that tell you? He's pretty fucking good at this. Newsflash, Bubba Wallace is a phenomenal super speedway racer. And he shows it over and over again. He played that first stage perfectly. God damn, I'm craving something sweet. About once a week or so, I'll let myself have some ice cream or something if I get really desperate. And today I'm desperate. Bubba, Larson, Bell, and Byron, and Truex, the top 5. Kurt Busch 7th in the first stage.
Bubba Wallace with his 3rd stage win, all in the last 3 races here. Now watch Daniel Hemrick in the 16.
Austin Dillon and Kyle Busch are really lucky they didn't get destroyed here. Austin Dillon, Kyle Busch, and Ryan Blaney got really lucky going through there.
That was Stenhouse alongside, and then he collects Chase Briscoe and the 17. So let's ride and listen to Hemrick.
That overcorrect to get back on the track is what did him in.
As soon as it did it, you heard it blow up. You saw his hand, his thumb get on that button. Way it went. Nice shots from our majestic steel cam. And now we'll go to Austin Dillon, who was right behind him.
Austin Dillon, Kyle Busch, and Ron Blaney got really lucky there. They're checking on Austin Dillon's motor now that they've seen Hemrick and the 8 car blow up. I hope it's not just a Chevy thing. Hopefully it's exclusive to RCR.
So at least one timing belt failure.
And they'll figure out as fast as they can what happened to the 16 if it's anything similar. And then that's when it gets to be a concern. If you got two of the same issues, and Clint, you talked about it during the break. We're talking about a timing belt breaking, and me and you, we usually think that when we hear timing belt breaking, that's another issue that creates that problem, right?
9 times out of 10 in any experience I have, you have
Pit stops.
It's because something came apart in the engine, something quick.
Yeah, Michael, Hemrick just has no luck, period. I think he sold his soul to Satan to win that Xfinity championship last year.
Now, William Byron in the 24, really happy with the balance. Said he's a little loose, but it's minimal. A 4-tire stop here. Bubba Wallace just got his first stage win of the year in his 3rd career here at Talladega. Says the car is good. It's just getting a little bit hot. 4 tires here, Vince.
19 of Martin Truex Jr., his crew chief, James Small, down off the box because they're short a crew member. The car, however, is excellent. Truex said no changes.
Truex's crew chief is one of the crew guys coming off the box now. Kyle Larson wins the race off pit road. Larson, Byron, Elliott, 1, 2, 3. So what they'll do is Larson will pick the outside, Byron will brake check the bottom, and Larson will tuck in front of Byron and Chase, and they'll run 1, 2, 3.
That I believe was his.
And now Bell's got trouble.
My stage 2 contest, Dale, I picked him to finish outside of the top 8.
Yeah, Kyle Busch just got a penalty.
The 12 will check, and they've been under the hood on Ricky.
They're checking all the RCR engines because Hemrick blew up. Tyler Reddick blew up. Austin Dillon felt something, and now they're looking at Stenhouse's under his hood.
Listen to this. First, your last 3 super speedway races, very good on these types of racetracks.
BJ and Noah stay
A stage win, what do you got, and what do you have for the rest of the race?
He'll pit.
Yeah, no, I really think our McDonald's Toyota Camry's solid. Guys at the shop did a really good job.
Shout out to McDonald's for being the smart ones. We're going to sponsor Bubba on all the super speedways because that's our best chance to win.
Long way to go. It's hot, slick. You've done it before. You know how it is. A little sketchy when they're pushing you. Hanging on tight. Having fun, though.
We saw them big pushes, man. Keep doing it. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Bubba Wallace last year.
Yeah, Karen, I mentioned this after Martinsville. These new engines, when you're at the racetrack in person, they feel different. They like rattle the entire ground around the racetrack, and they're not like, wah! It's a fucking rumble with these new engines, and they sound really cool. I don't know the ins and outs of how they work and what they're made of, but they sound awesome. And they don't hurt your ears as bad because they're not as high-pitched. They're just as loud pretty much, but they're not as high-pitched. Although I am going to bring earplugs to Darlington because we're really close to the racetrack.
Martinsville was kind of rough, but it wasn't as bad as Bristol.
Yeah, it was different from Bristol because Martinsville was open.
Yeah. Martinsville, you didn't need them. But
Yeah. Although I regretted, after we got home, I regretted not wearing them. Because it didn't bother me at the track, but after the race, I was fucked for like a day and a half. And I was like, oh, I should have wore earplugs. Charlotte, you don't need earplugs. Track's so big. And at the seats we're probably about to get, we'll be high up anyway. Charlotte, when the cars are on the other side of the track, we can actually still talk to each other. Oh, Janet, since you just got here, me and Dylan are going to the truck race, Xfinity race, and the 600 at Charlotte. Because I said, why don't we do the Xfinity race and the 600? Well, we realized we can get the truck race for free, basically, with the deal they're giving for a weekend pass. So, weekend to Charlotte, we're going Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday evening. And really good seats available for that, too. So, we'll get those when we get back from Darlington, I guess, unless you feel like you want to get them before then. Yeah, we're rooting for Ty Dillon today. 42 car, all the way. I just lost my other car. Very sad. I'm not happy. He just had to be the one that happened to get taken out by that mess. Running in the back, taking care of his ship, minding his own business, and still gets taken out. I hadn't played WWE in like a week and a half, and I played it this morning, or when I got home today. Man, that game's fun. It's even more fun when you ain't played it for a little bit and you come back. Got to start playing it again. I've been playing other stuff lately. Probably stream something tomorrow. Maybe GTA Chaos Mod again. Sometime tomorrow. I don't know when. Man, it's good having Mondays off.
Dave, remember that time Sting dressed up as Sting in the crowd?
Yes, he had the fucking Sting
took his
mask.
Sting
And he's got the
mask
paint
off.
on. He did that in TNA, and in WCW he did it. So they did an angle. It was World War III. It was a big battle royal. And like the last guys in the match, I think it's like Lex Luger and Scott Hall and somebody else. And all of a sudden you see Sting comes down from the rafters, and he's got the baseball bat. And you think he's going to hit Scott Hall, and he turns around and he hits Lex Luger. And you look and you notice the Sting is like 7 feet tall, and it's a Sting mask, and Kevin Nash goes, he takes the fucking Sting mask off, and he lets Scott Hall win, because Kevin Nash was the last guy in the battle royal, but he wasn't in the ring, so he comes in dressed as Sting, and he beats the shit out of Lex Luger, I think, and then he gets out of the ring on purpose and lets Scott Hall win. I had a picture on my Facebook of Kevin Nash with the fucking Sting mask going, smiling. It's like, I mean, he had long hair like Sting, but Kevin Nash is like 6'11". He's like the tallest. Yeah, I've never seen Sting step over the top rope to get in the ring before. Oh.
For performance cam, having a look at the hood of Chase Briscoe as his car is removed.
Oh, dude, you got F1 for free?
And out of the race.
That's cool. I need a good racing game, but I'm afraid to take a chance on other racing games.
Out of race after apparently the engine went on his car. ECR Engines has 10 of the 39 cars.
So there's 10 engines out here that need to be worried. Well, 8 of them left that need to be worried. That's why they were looking under Stenhouse's hood under the stage break here.
The battle for the free pass was won by Ross Chastain.
Ross back on the lead lap. Old Brad Krasholowski's still a lap down, so watch out, everybody. Kyle Busch to the rear for a pit penalty. We're going to have a Hendrick 1, 2, 3 for a good while here up front. And they got Austin Dillon behind him. He'll work with them, too. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Chevrolets got this race under control. Actually, not Austin Dillon. It's true. I saw a Bass Pro car from far away and thought it was Austin Dillon.
Here he goes. Lining all 3 cars right back up. Now, Eric Jones on 43 is right up there because, according to Larry Mack, he was the only car that beat Pack that took just 2 tires on his pit stop.
Larson and Byron out front. I have Wreckfest Todd, but I've never played it. I got it for free on PlayStation 1 month. I just never bothered to play. Big push. Check it. Check it. Boy, Byron is just on a hot streak this year, man. Good God, I thought Larson was checking up like Hemrick did for a second. Ugh.
And the whole field's 2 by 2.
Side by side across the finish line here. Eric Jones trying to get
Eric Jones led that lap, I think. You guys hear my hot take last night during my stream when I said Talladega needs to be 400 miles, not 500? We could shorten Talladega. We could shorten this race to 400 miles. But for now, it's 500. Eric Jones takes the lead up in front of Bubba Wallace. Eric Jones could either stay on the bottom with 3 Chevrolets or play the lines. He looks like he's going to play the lines, but Larson's taking the lead back.
Now, Junior, I noticed those Chevys detached as they got to turn 3 and then lined up again.
Eric Jones is a really gifted super speedway racer as well.
Not so much in the corners. Well, I think they're doing that on purpose.
He won the Busch Clash driving for Gibbs. He won the July race at Daytona driving for Gibbs.
You can get into a guy in the corner. You don't want to push him real hard, but everybody prefers you to be pushed in a straight line down the straightaway.
Well, you're not safe running anywhere because you saw Chris Buescher. You saw Buescher running in the back, minding his own business, still got wrecked. Same with Josh Berry yesterday. Chris wants 600 miles at Talladega. Why not? Nah, this race could be 400 miles.
600-mile race we should have is at Bristol. They should run 1,200 laps at Bristol.
24 hours at Bristol.
That conversation he's talking about, just trying to forward think. Is he doing that on purpose? Is he backing up, keeping those cars attached, managing that gap? And it sounded like
Big momentum on that outside. Eric Jones, Bubba, and Kurt Busch almost could have cleared Larson there. Bubba and Jones can. Kurt Busch ain't clear. And Bubba back to the outside, and Eric Jones moves up with him. Jones being real indecisive, trying to cover both lines. That gives the lead back to Larson.
It controls the airflow from underneath the hood out of the car. They could remove these, and that will relieve some of the temperature issues that a lot of these teams are facing. These are all
Yeah, third line's too far back. That third line never works. It gets to like 5th place, and then it falls apart. Ooh! Chastain again in the middle of that line. Thought he was a goner. Look at that run Kyle Busch had through the middle back there.
Kyle Busch just drove up right up through the middle like there was nobody there. Because there was nobody there. He had to restart out back.
Chris, that's how I look at it. Every other race at most should be 400 miles. And then you have the crown jewel races be their usual distance, and then you keep the 600 to 600. That's how I feel.
Did they ever make that big announcement?
Oh, it was for the pre-race concert. Yeah.
I thought they were taking a stage away.
I thought they were doing something.
I literally thought it was some stage related. That's why I thought.
Dirt race for the 600.
And that green car just drives right up through. It's like
Yeah, I made note of that run Kyle had through the middle there.
at the toll booth. And it all started with Haley. Clear up in the
Lap 69 complete.
They got together, had to get out of the fuel. Everybody stacked up accordingly, opened that window, and he was there to pounce on it.
Repeatedly, we see this 23 of Bubba Wallace push Eric Jones into the lead. Eric gets down.
Well, you know what's going to happen if Eric Jones were to win. Bubba couldn't win in that 43 car.
Oh, Bubba to the
He's going to
outside.
finally stay down there.
Jones back to the...
Yeah, he's going to take this push he's getting from this 5
Turn him.
Larson hooked onto the 43, and I thought he was turning him.
right now is to stay in front of those Chevys, work with these guys. It's
Junior's right. Jones needs to just chill. Stay in front of Larson, Byron, and Elliott. Quit fucking around. Stay in the front of them. You'll be all right. This is how you get shuffled out going back and forth. You get shuffled out going back and forth because then the guy like behind you in one of those lanes tries to go to the middle on you. And Bubba will hang your ass out. He will go to the middle. He's pretty aggressive. So hopefully Jones will just chill on that bottom line for everybody's sake before he piles up 30 cars.
Oh, I'm hoping for that. So
Still too early.
let me get my 25 grand first. But
Just don't take out Ty Dillon. Hey, Chris, people forgot Bubba did win in the 43. He won the fucking All-Star Open / Showdown deal at Charlotte to get into the All-Star race. He won that. That don't count. Yeah, but what about that time Junior won it? Y'all said it counted then. It's amazing if you watch racing long enough, you can just hang around and get to turn shit around on everybody. So, but that ain't right. I'm like, well, remember when your guy did this?
yep.
That's why rain shortened wins don't bother me. They don't even faze me because I'm like, think of all the other times he should have fucking, whoever should have fucking won and got fucked over, and then they finally get a win on a rain shortened win. It's like, evens out eventually. That's how NFL referees officiate games. Hey, it'll even out, but it don't always even out in football. So weird that there's football on right now and I'm not watching, but I ain't got the time to get invested in the USFL. Thought that race yesterday was going to last 8 to 10 hours. I'm glad I got to fast forward through all the slow bits, the commercials, and the cautions. Is this a dick pill commercial, but they're riding horses? What is this pill? I don't remember playing this version of Red Dead Redemption. Do you, Dylan? Must have been some DLC I didn't hear about. Leaderboard says Eric Jones is still leading. He must have finally settled down.
anybody will be upside down before this.
It would come back and somebody would be upside down, wrapped in the catch fence. Oh, we laugh about it, but if it happens, we'd be the first one sitting here going, "Oh shit." Still 2x2 all the way through the field. I like that with these cars, they don't seem to get single file very long. Still Jones with Larson, Byron, and Elliott on the bottom.
I still wish that was smooth. But that's just being too people.
Yeah.
The racing is really good.
Bubba, Kurt Busch, and Harvick on the outside.
Wow.
Brad and Joey 3 apiece. Ryan Blaney 2. Plus Ricky Stenhouse and Eric Almirola have taken the blue over.
Yep, 10 of the last 13 Talladega races won by Fords. Makes me fucking sick.
And Brad Keselowski still one lap.
Can you name the other 3 races?
Was not able to get the free pass on.
I can. I can at least name 2 of them off the top of my head.
Fords dominate Daytona 500. I think the Toyotas were great, but they crashed out. And where are the Fords today?
Chase Elliott won Talladega.
Byron win Talladega, or am I thinking wrong?
Chase Elliott, Bubba Wallace. Hell, I'm
Okay,
forgetting
I was
one.
right- I was thinking Bubba.
Hell, I'm forgetting one. So I named 2 of the others, 2 of the other 3.
The last 13.
Michael, Bubba Wallace has what I call the Ozzy Osbourne effect among Black Sabbath fans. See, you're right. Bubba is overrated by his fanboys and underrated by his haters. Ozzy Osbourne either gets too much credit for Black Sabbath or not enough. There's no in between. It's the Ozzy Osbourne Black Sabbath effect with Bubba. Same thing with Chase Elliott. It's even more extreme with Chase. You cannot tell me that Chase Elliott's not a great driver. One of the very best. But the way you... But you read social media and he fucking sucks. Stupid fucking rich kid fucking sucks. And it's like, yeah, he's leading the points.
I mean,
Stupid fucking overrated Chase Elliott.
because of the system they have.
Fucking piece of shit. You know, retards
He leads in points.
retards in North Dakota that have shitty YouTube channels would say he's a shitty driver, but that guy doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground, just like he doesn't know anything else. Forgive him, he does live in North Dakota.
We've seen them have pretty good pace.
He has a lot of time to practice being stupid up there because there's nothing to do. But dumb motherfuckers like that try to tell me that Chase Elliott's not good. Same guy. Coincidentally, the moron in North Dakota says Tyler Reddick sucks too. He says Reddick and Cindric suck and Chase Elliott sucks and he's a piece of shit, blah, 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 blah. That's literally 3 of the best drivers that we have going today. But, oh, they suck.
So you were right about Chase, you were right about Bubba. The other one is Denny.
Ah, yeah, because Denny passed below the yellow line. Now I got to get mad about that again. Denny Hamlin passed below the yellow line and won Talladega. Yeah, Kyle Busch is overrated because his Xfinity and truck stats are not impressive. I don't give a fuck. His Truck Series wins and Xfinity wins are not impressive and do not count. His Cup career is awesome. He's one of the all-time greats, but stop trying to lump in the Truck and Xfinity wins. They don't count. We talk about Cup wins when we're doing Cup racing.
That means that a push or momentum is going to start to happen. The line that's got a bubble or half a car length between each car, they're not going to create a lot of speed. And
Have pit stops in about 10 to 15 laps.
34 cars in this
I'm assuming
draft at 194 miles per hour.
they'll split the stage like they did the first stage.
They were talking about the rear diffuser earlier, and of course we've been watching these cow flaps kind of go up and down and up and down. So let's go to our Ford Performance cutaway car. And let's talk about the rear diffuser. It's all the way at the back, under the rear of the car, and you see it has those fins.
I hope nobody gets upside down or as easy as Harrison Burton did at Daytona. That was scary. That was just like, oh man, that next gen car gets upside down real easy. Because the underneath of these cars is like an Indy car. Indy car has the same body under their car as these Cup cars have now. They're flat. Nothing on them. And I think that contributed to Harrison Burton getting upside down so easy. These are just really heavy Indy cars.
This car literally eats that air as it comes over you. It goes into that radiator inlet, goes underneath the car and the splitter that's not flat anymore instead of over the car, creating that draft effect underneath of it for the car behind you. Not a lot of air going up and over the cars like it used to be.
Yeah, the Chase Elliott hatred kills me. They hated on Dale Jr. for 20 years, talking about how he was overrated, underachieving. Well, here we have a guy just as hyped who has overachieved, in my opinion, won a championship, is the best driver on the hardest discipline of racing in NASCAR, but somehow he's shit and overrated and sucks and whatever else. It's like, just shut the fuck up. Like, you can't even listen to these idiots. Makes no fucking sense to me. The most popular driver has actually lived up to the hype, and he gets more hate for it than if he didn't. Greg Biffle's slow on the apron. I think that's another ECR engine, too. I think that 44 has the same engines as Reddick and Hemrick. So that's something to keep an eye on. When they said there were 10 RCR engines here, so let me count in my head. We got Reddick, Austin Dillon, Hemrick, Haley, Stenhouse, I think the Trackhouse cars, the two of them, plus Gregson, I think, plus Biffle. And I'm missing one, but I can't remember. Kyle Busch is still an all-time great, even though he's overrated. It's weird to say that, but he's overrated, but he's still one of the all-time fucking greats. No doubt about it. He's got 200 and whatever wins. No, he doesn't. He has like 60-something wins or whatever. We don't add those up to the cup level because they're not cup wins. And those same people, why Dale Jr. in the Hall of Fame? Well, by your fucking logic, Dale Jr. is definitely a Hall of Famer. Although with the Hall of Fame, they do add it all up. That's why like Ron Hornaday's in the Hall of Fame, because he was like a beast in the Truck Series for championships or whatever. So when you go in the Hall, they do that. But it's like, yeah, you can't question Dale Jr. being in the Hall of Fame if you're going to lump all of Kyle Busch's fucking numbers together. Because Dale Jr. is an Xfinity champion, a lot of wins, got a lot of Cup wins, Daytona 500, most popular driver, 15 fucking times, championship winning car owner. Hell, he's a Hall of Fame car owner and broadcaster as well as driver. So of course he's in the Hall of Fame. Said Harvick stickers are about to blow off his onboard. Harvick's running right in that lead group last I looked. Yeah, he's right there. He's in the top line behind Bubba and Kurt Busch. Look at that car over there. It's orange. I can't see the front, but it looks nice.
Oh, yeah.
This car parked at my neighbor's house. Looks really cool. Bring back IROC. Yeah, I mean, I guess SRX is kind of filling the IROC gap. Probably not going to be able to stream SRX this year. That kind of sucks. I enjoyed streaming a lot of those. Of course, I missed a couple last year because I had shit to do those Saturday nights. But and we're back. We got a caution, and we're looking at Joey Logano's on board for some reason. Oh, it's for the Coca. We got a yellow. I'm looking at the leaderboard to see if anybody disappeared. Greg Biffle blew up. That was the caution. Biffle didn't make it back to the pits. That's another Childress engine. Bites the dust. Yeah, and Ty Dillon has one of those engines too. Jesus Christ. Yep, you can pit here and make it to the end of the stage.
You mentioned it, Mike. Eric Jones, a 43 car. Dave Ellis, a crew chief. The only driver that changed 2 tires, and he's leading this race. I'm telling you, track position outweighs. I'm
doing right sides on one stop. Next time we pit, I'm taking lefts. I'm not taking 4 at a time all day. I'm keeping 2, 2, 2 every time. And I think that's what the 43 is doing. It's easy to pass and you can make moves, but it gets to a point where the field's going to be 3 wide and you're not going to have anywhere to go. So just stay up front.
Balance issues, another chance for those guys to continue to improve their cars.
Pit road is open.
3 cars out of the race with Childress engines.
And pit road is going to be very busy.
Yep, Brad's back on the lead lap. That's just a warning to everyone.
Well, good thing Hendrick's coming out in 1, 2, 3.
Hopefully. I've enjoyed this Hendrick 1, 2, 3. I hope they keep it that way.
Could be quick enough to get up there too. That'd be fun.
Martin Truex Jr. got an unexpected break with Chris Buescher's crash. Now Truex has a clean exit on his pit stops.
Eric Jones happy with that race car. Has tons of speed. Feels like he can do whatever he wants to.
If that 43's that good, they got to do something to get Ty up here with him.
Blaney's gonna be up front.
Happy with that car. It's fine.
Race off pit road. Can we get a graphic on that? Byron, Truex, Elliott, Larson, and Blaney up to 5th. Eric Jones drops to 6th. So Byron is the new leader.
And now that Blaney's up here, we got something to look forward to.
I'm going to make it to the end of the stage before drinking one of my Gatorades.
Get us a good
God, I'm
battle
thirsty.
now.
What do you know? Greg Biffle blew up and it's 4:44. Man, I lost 2 subscribers this week. Who'd I piss off? I went from 795 to 793. Or did one of you guys close one of your extra accounts you probably made? I like the room we're staying in for Charlotte, or I'm staying in for Charlotte, Dylan. It looks a lot like this one.
What do you mean?
I was making a joke. I said, yeah, I like the room I've got for Charlotte when we go. It's right here. Yeah, remember at Daytona during the qualifying races and a bit of the 500, you'd see the pack break up into little groups? That's not happened today. Like, the entire field has been 2x2 by 2 by 2, nose to tail. I was real worried watching the qualifying races at Daytona this year, but I just realized, you know, they don't even race at those. They use those as a test session and then race for a lap. I like when guys drive trucks like this and complain about the gas prices.
Oh, yeah.
Goddamn Joe Biden. Goddamn Joe Biden and his gas prices. When I go sports car race on one of those manufacturer racing experiences, I'd be terrified, but I'd like to try it. You're right, Michael. Jones has been really competitive in that 43 this year. They just haven't gotten the results they necessarily probably should have had. Said the new car brought the C-level teams up to like a B, so they're pretty competitive now. Basically every team that runs ECR engines has been bumped up. Oh, where's Cody Ware running, though? He had so many fans after last week. You know, when he was like 20th for like 5 seconds in front of Chase Elliott for like a minute, and people considered that as like an accomplishment. What happened? Where's he at?
On the top of the safety car, we're getting ready for the restart. William Byron, Martin Truex Jr. up there on the front row.
There's Junebug.
Larson.
God, Junior's made this broadcast so good.
And everybody's been pretty orderly so far.
Yeah, the show's going to be in the final stage, right? This is going to get aggressive here late, and we'll see what these guys got for comfort back then.
Chevy, Ford, Toyota. Who's impressed you?
Well, obviously.
Chevrolet. Toyotas are fast. Chevy's got the numbers.
I look at the Henry camp. I'm telling
But Bubba's leading those Toyotas and doing a great job. Now Truex is the front-running Toyota. Logano's up here in this lead group now. Logano and Blaney. It's the first time we've seen Penske cars at the front today.
36, it'll be 35 to go.
Byron and Elliott inside. Truex, Larson outside.
We're back to green.
35 to go in stage 2.
How do you break that up? You break it up right there exactly.
Larson's going to duck down to the inside here if he can. Go to the inside, Larson. Go to the inside. There you go. Hendrick 1, 2, 3 again.
Come on, we know what you want to do.
I wonder if Blaney cut him a break there or not. I thought Larson hesitated. I'd have come right down. Oh, we got a yellow. 78 wrecked in the back. Left rear tire. Because some guys lifted for the caution. The left rear tire on BJ McLeod's car came off. Yeah, he lost his crew chief for a month.
$100,000 fine, $1.50.
It's just after pit stop.
That's unnecessary. Living out will.
Pretty hefty penalty or fine. One of those comes off.
Coming off of 2, and there goes the goddamn wheel.
Not hard contact with the and it finally rolls off with the wall there.
At least it didn't come flying off in the tri-oval at 190 miles an hour. That's a plus. Damn, but that gif on Twitter the other day told me that he was going to win.
If you don't need tires, don't change them. Close call for Brad Keselowski.
Uh-oh, Fox.
The lead lap. BJ McLeod's team had changed right side tires on that stop.
Remember that Ron White joke? The wheel comes off. It comes off. It fell the fuck off. That's what I always think of when I see a wheel come off. It's a shame Darrell Waltrip wasn't back this week, too. He could have sang his song. It's going to be one of them cautions late in the race that turns this race into a shit show, just like yesterday, where a car running 30th is going to spin out or crash somebody, and then there will be... That's forever going to be one of my biggest pet peeves. Great race at the front. We're not going to have 1,000 overtimes. Oh, wait, the guys in 30th crashed. We're going to overtime. The Motorsports Games car having a wheel fall off is oddly fitting. And not only is the crew chief going to be gone on that 78, the tire changer and the jackman get fucked too. I wonder if they'd be happy. They get a free vacation.
That makes no sense.
The jackman getting fucking suspended. What the fuck did he do? He's not the one putting the goddamn tire on. Greg Biffle has ran 5 races this year and had 4 mechanical failures. His only race where they didn't have a problem was Atlanta. Finished 20th. So that team can't even, like, finish a race. Luckily, we really haven't seen the wheels. The wheels coming off was a problem at Daytona, but we haven't really seen much since. It's not like the, epidemic they thought it was going to be. I think the penalty's harsh enough. If that doesn't motivate you to keep the fucking tires on and make sure that it's done right, I don't know what is. They're playing some stupid music, so I'm not unmuting it yet.
Across the street have been here for nearly a week. Nice crowd on hand in the infield and in the grandstand. To watch 5 miles of racing.
I always wondered what I like going to a race and sitting up in the box.
I would if it was hot as fuck.
If it was hot as fuck. That Xfinity race, I knew a guy from a Facebook group I was in that was there, and he was in the box. Like,
Martinsville, when we was at Martinsville,
yeah. I was messaging him. I was like, man, can you let us the fuck in that box? It's hot out here.
Friday night drivers and fans were out in force for the big one on the boulevard. Jamie Little made this year's one to remember at the Wendy's.
Excuse me, guys. I'm sleepy.
Here's Wendy's pit stop.
I went to bed at like 12:30 and woke up at 7:30. But I really didn't fall asleep till after 1 or 1:30.
Let's hop on this Wendy's piggyback float and let's go have some fun with the fans.
All right, let's go.
Don't you just want to kick Noah Gregson in the nuts? And then while he's bent over, knee him in the fucking jaw? I take some of them nuggets and fries. They got good nuggets and fries.
I want to tie him up and force feed him Krispy Kreme donuts until he dies.
I'd like to tie him up and shove Frosties in his mouth till he gets brain freeze and he can't see straight.
I just wonder how many Krispy Kremes he could eat.
Well, if Noah Gregson gets any chunkier, he's going to be looking like he's ate a lot of Krispy Kremes. Is that a Krabby Patty? That's a Baconator. Baconator's the shit. I love Baconators. We're going to restart with 31 to go. It's going to be Hendrick 1, 2, 3 again because Elliott's going to brake check the bottom and let Byron in.
Mortgage victory lane so far this season. With repeat winner William Byron.
Why does it have Chastain listed as the 42? Somebody needs to update their feed. Doesn't drive the 42 anymore, Fox.
This property.
He's number 1.
To train fighter pilots for World War II, and then it sat vacant for a long, long time.
Yeah, you're right. If the Hendrick cars and shit and the other big teams were losing tires, oh, they'd fix that shit yesterday. NASCAR would really do something.
Bigger, higher bank, faster than Daytona, midway almost between Atlanta and Birmingham, and they ran the first race here in 1969.
The local government sold them the track for $1, and
It was built on an Indian burial ground.
which is the airport here off to the side of the racetrack that you see. The boulevard is the old runway.
Right.
Lost Speedways, Talladega.
I knew he knew.
Oh, wait, we're not lost.
In 1969, Charlie Glotzback won the first race here at 195.
Mike Joy and Dale Jr. together are an encyclopedia of everything you'd ever not want to know about racing.
30 miles an hour faster than A.J. Foyt's pole at Indy. And France knew he had built his Cathedral of Speed.
Folks, I have nothing to add to this historical endeavor that we...
Dale Jr. has an entire TV show about this. 31 to go, stage 2. We are just now 5 laps to halfway.
Every minute of every day.
And Byron's going to move over in front of his teammates.
Here he comes.
Oh, Logano in the outside wall. Oh, he took out Ty Dillon and Cindric.
Everybody.
Well, God damn it. There goes my money. Logano, Cindric, Ty Dillon, Ricky Stenhouse, Harrison Burton. A lot of Fords, yeah.
Wow.
And Ty Dillon, of course.
I did not think about that. That was a lot.
Do I think Dodge will join NASCAR again anytime soon? Maybe. I keep hearing that that's going to happen, or new manufacturers are coming, that Dodge is going to come back. Todd Gilliland was in that wreck. That wasn't really a big one. That was a medium one. That was a medium one. $92 sitting there in the grass.
Ty had a great run going today.
Oh, Suarez is tore up. God damn it.
We'll get a list
Suarez is really badly torn up. This started with Bubba and Logano.
Look at the yellow car outside.
Or was it a stack up in front of them?
Push here from Bubba Wallace.
Yeah, but it all stacks up.
Yeah, just a stack up, and Bubba's going to get roasted alive on social media.
The 43.
Logano, Stenhouse, Cindric, Todd Dillon, Suarez,
One time, he's kinda got
Todd Gilliland.
spit right out of that line of cars.
I think Kyle got through it.
Then when he bounced off the wall. From our Goodyear aerial coverage.
I really wish that didn't take out Todd Dillon.
I hate
A lot of the wrong guys.
In my opinion, because of the move,
None of those guys that were
having that Hendrick car
Yeah.
waiting, trying to get down in front of them, they really stacked up behind him.
And Brad Keselowski makes it through, slows down. A couple of the cars able to really kind of avoid all this.
Yeah, Brad really benefited from this. He was back on the lead lap, and he got to dodge this wreck.
He was going to do that, was backing up to get a...
Look at Brad shooting through there. Woohoo, Brad! Oh,
Watch visor cam and watch his
Joey
hands
came
on the
down and
wheel
tried to
prior
hit it.
that was scarier for Brad than I thought it was. Michael, you're winning 1,000 in fantasy right now. Wow.
Well, let's
Well, I'm not getting a free Mexican dinner tomorrow. I don't think Joey hit that hard. I think the impact of the other cars hurt him worse than the wall.
Was the first car he came in contact with.
Turns him right. Bubba doesn't know or isn't getting the information that he's already into the back of the car in front of him, that Joey is already pushing the car in front of him. We know that that's never anything the driver wants to do, is intentionally lock into two cars that are pushing.
In my opinion, I said that it was a 24
Oh. That fucking, damn. Ty Dillon got the Briscoe hit, but it was into another car, not the wall.
So you lost Busch and Ty Dillon.
Because of other people's fuck-ups, yeah. Both my bets.
Who had just gotten back on the lead lap.
Damn, bro. Oh, yeah. I like this.
He's going to see this
It's going to be the best onboard camera today. Wreck avoidance, NASCAR Thunder, lightning challenge, go. Oh, he went off the racetrack. You can't do that, Dylan. You got to start the challenge over. He went off the yellow line. Nope, you got to start that challenge over. Reset.
If we can see his feet, he's doing a dance on them pedals, trying to slow the car down without locking up the tires. So easy to lock the tires up as you transition on the apron across that part of the racetrack.
That was
He's
like my
trying to slow
dream
down,
scenario.
not get run over.
Joey just gets
Kyle Busch drifted to get through that.
But I love that communication. Walked him through every process, including, hey, all right, we're past the wreck. But
It was kind of Bubba's fault. There was a stack up in front of him, and he was pushing Logano, and Logano got hooked. Yeah, that was just a stack up. I just think it was a total accident.
Yeah, I mean, Bubba goes up there to push him, but he's not. Yeah, I mean, you want to get information that, hey, the car in front of you is into the 43 car. The 43 car is into the 19 car.
Cindric, Harrison Burton, Joe Logano, Todd Gillen, Cole Custer, Ty Dillon, Ricky Stenhouse, Daniel Suarez. So it's an 8-car wreck.
Was even expected to come to him during a restart. Typically, we don't see those cars all.
Logano's on the hook. He's out of the race.
Pushing so hard.
Ty Dillon's out of the race.
Ford, Chevy.
A lot of Fords. A lot of Fords.
number 21.
Yeah.
Taken out in
No
that wreck.
Toyota.
Well, technically 3 Penske cars to the 21's technically a Penske car. The only Penske car left is Blaney. And Blaney's at the top 5, top 6, whatever.
It's a hard hit. Oh, yeah, look at his arms. That Ty Dillon, that was what
Two things I see here. Just immediately prior to contact, Bubba Wallace makes a slight left turn of the wheel just prior to contact. And right at the moment of contact, you see Joey making that same move in order to keep the car pointed straight when he's getting turned a little to the side, and then it's on. The 43 in front of them actually moved up at least a little bit to get to the bumper of the 19.
Todd Gillen's very lucky. He made it back to the pits on 2 flat tires.
The push came from the bumper as he's making that transition. And
They're trying to fix up Suarez. I don't know how the front end toe is going to be on that car. Same for Stenhouse.
Looks like Landon Castle will get the free pass.
Fox, like, quick, we have an excuse to zoom the camera in. Do it. We got a quota.
Zooming in on his ass.
We got a quota. Yeah, now we got a crew guy's ass.
I was trying to see the sweat. So zoom in a little bit.
Why is Joey's spotter still up there? You can go home now, man.
And we'll watch and listen.
Yeah, I'm not going to blame anybody 100%.
It's Talladega.
It's just, it
That's
happens.
That's my blame.
Yeah. Yikes.
And you hear him telling Bubba, tight in front of you. That means they're all bumper to bumper. So he's getting that information that he needs to know as far as the contact with the cars in front and how they're tandem.
So the attrition list grows for this pileup.
8-car wreck. We got 3 cars out of the race with engine trouble. We had a couple other cars out because of an earlier wreck.
Joey was 200 feet from doing the Dale Earnhardt. Going into the corner.
He was 200 feet and about 60 miles an hour off because they weren't even up to speed yet. Still, wouldn't have felt good. I like when they were talking about years ago slowing the cars down. And I think Kenny Wallace or somebody was like, well, what's the difference between hitting the wall at 185 or hitting it at 170? It's not much of a difference. Yeah, Landon Castle is getting positioned by attrition. Yeah, Stenhouse has wrecked out 4 of the last 5 super speedway races. Not really his fault either. I can't believe Junior never had more trouble on this because, God, think about it. Junior had 7 straight top 2s at Talladega. And in that time, he won the Daytona 500 and the July race at Daytona as well. And then in 05, his luck ran out. He got fucking crashed in the fall race in 05 and then blew up in the spring race 06. Then he was leading on the last lap in 06 in the fall and got wrecked.
I bet the first race that ended that streak, everybody was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. The first time Junior didn't finish top 2 at Talladega, though, ooh, whoa.
I bet everybody was like, damn.
Yeah. 7 straight top 2s. 5 wins, 2 seconds. And one of the times he finished second, his teammate won. So you can't call him Ricky Stenhouse. That wasn't his fault. Goddamn Bubba, he's cheating. He knew he couldn't beat him, so he's just gonna wreck everybody. There, you don't have to go look at Facebook comments now. I just told you what they said, and I haven't even read any yet. I've been here before. This guy's trying to blame it on Hendrick. It's that Hendrick restart nonsense. You mean that fucking nonsense that literally every team does at the front of the field that actually makes the restart more controllable and less likely to have a problem? Yeah. If you can't beat them, wreck them. Told you. Wallace is an asshole. And I'm just looking at Jeff Gluck's fucking responses.
Kyle Larson was leading when the yellow flag flew. How the hell did Wallace get the stage? NASCAR at its most politically correct. I'm surprised they didn't call the race so he'd get the win. That's literally lit there. Kyle Larson. Why did Bubba win? And Bubba strikes again?
Because he
Larson
wasn't the leader?
Larson had the lead. Everybody on there. Then you got the people who are like, y'all just don't know the rules.
Yeah.
Watch Martin Truex, who is second in the outside.
So watch, Truex is the one who causes a fucking stack up here. How is this Byron's fault when he fucking launches a mile ahead? That idiot does the whole fucking Hendrick restart nonsense. No, it's not. Why the fuck was Truex slowing down?
Let's get some brake and throttle. Pay most attention to the brakes on the 19 car.
Truex was lagging back to hook the 43 to his back bumper and get a push going into the corner. Yeah, he's checking up to get the 43 to shove him. It's Truex's fault. He didn't do anything wrong, but it was a direct result of Truex backing up. Look at the lengths they're going, though, to show that it's not Bubba's fault. They brought up the fucking brake tracing on the screen and said, look at this graph. You can see Truex drags the brake, and it's obvious when you watch the video.
I was going to ask you if that was just a push gone back, but we just saw the replay. What's your take there?
They're covering Bubba so good.
It looks like, from what I see there, it looks like Truex is just trying to get everyone connected, which, I mean, it's part of it. Maybe over-connected a little bit, got all 4 of us stacked on top of each other, and at that point, you're getting pushed from behind, you're pushing the car in front, there's nothing you can do, and I was the one that got shuffled out, so stinks.
Sucks to suck. See you next week.
I don't know.
Like you said, Talladega
I
can't
can't
fucking
say
say
I
or
do,
do nothing
but,
about it.
it seems like it just happens a lot for us at these tracks. We're in up front, something happens, but we'll move on
Sorry you're not
to next
Blaney,
weekend with
buddy.
our Shell Pencil Mustang.
Yeah, Blaney's got the golden horseshoe now for these super speedways.
You know, they were going to push back, so pretty big.
Blaney and Bubba.
First DNF for Joey Logano, Mike.
Third in the last 4 appearances at Talladega for Joey.
Hold on,
3
this land.
DNFs in the last 4 Talladegas. I love it. I knew I liked Talladega for some reason.
My mind goes back. Yeah, Kyle Busch got through that pretty clean, but that was an adventure. God, this caution's taking forever to clean up. A wreck at low speeds taking this long to clean up. Oh, we just crept past halfway. And we're an hour and 46 minutes in since the green flag. Boy, being able to skip commercials last night was nice because now I'm hating not being able to do it. I almost bought a Switch at Game Haven last week. A guy had brought one back. He bought it and played it for like a couple of hours and then brought it back. So it was used, but wasn't really used. And it was like $300. And I was like, nah, I better pass for now. I don't work till 10 a.m. on Tuesday. Although I liked last Tuesday when I didn't go in until 5. I like that better. Yeah, Todd's the thing. I want to switch, but good God, I got a PS4, a PS5, a PS2, an Xbox One, an Xbox 360, and my computer. I have too much shit to play. And I'll go weeks without touching one. So what do I need to buy a Switch for and let it sit here for a week or two at a time without touching it? It would just be one of those cool things I'd like to have, but I don't really need. It's not like a PS5. A PS5 is like a must-buy for me. Your fantasy lineups: Elliott, Byron, Custer, Harvick, Jones. That's a pretty good lineup. Well, Custer's fucked now, but the rest of it, you're in good shape. But we're a lap past halfway, so.
And the Phils battle the Mets Saturday on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. Nice sun-drenched crowd here at Talladega with 25 cars on the lead lap.
Huge crowd, huge weekend, fun weekend. All these people have been having a ton of fun.
I think the caution got extended here because Suarez's entire right front. Now, look. Under caution. He did the Juan Montoya. The fucking right front or something broke on the 99. He's done. I didn't think that car was going to continue anyway. So he pulls it in. Stenhouse, same thing. Here's the part where I complain about NASCAR's damage repair policy because that shit wouldn't happen if they could just take their time and fix these goddamn cars right. I'd just like to point that out.
Right up in the middle of this, as these cars all start making
God, Ty Dillon just got annihilated in that wreck. Oh, damn, Denny Hamlin barely made it through. That fucker's going to win, you know it. Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin through this wreck.
Gibbs said, "You boys, we lost enough
And then Kyle almost got hit by Stenhouse as he was coming out the other side.
And that's such a great feeling too, man. When you go through something like that, and you come out to the end, you're like, you want a pat on the back. You're like, yeah, boys, what you think about that?
But it's because you know.
Junior's right. Anytime you do that in a game or something, I'm like, man, did you see that? It's like, yes. But we always say that, don't we? Man, you see that?
He picked up that golden horseshoe with 1 lap to go in Bristol, and he's still wearing it somehow, somewhere. Let's go back down.
If there had been a jet dryer there, Suarez would have been at risk of hitting it.
Ty Dillon
Man, this is the most depressing interview of my life.
You were just an innocent bystander. What'd you feel there?
Yeah, that was tough. I felt like I shifted to fifth gear, getting high gear, and then all of a sudden I saw 22, and there was nowhere I could go. I'm just a bystander of aggression, and just as soon as stage 2 started, I could feel the energy just wasn't the same. It had ramped up for whatever reason. We had way too many laps to go. I don't think people really get it. Every year we come back, you got to finish the race to have a chance. So we're bump drafts and doing silly things.
I'd be mad too.
Really
Yeah, it was just total accident though.
Rifle and our guys at Petty GMS, we had a fast.
Man, Fox was like, look, Truex, he hit the brake. They've never done that before in the history of a broadcast. Yeah.
I agree with Joey on the whole thing. It's Talladega.
Yeah. Joey had the right mindset about it.
Some people don't ever realize that every time we come back.
Thanks, Ty.
He had a good car
It's the
and
same
a good chance
thing
here.
every damn race.
Let's have a look at today's Toyota top performers. Martin Truex Jr., the leader. Kurt Busch
One
in
little
7th.
squirm.
Bubba Wallace
I can't believe Truex is
in
the lead.
8th.
All the Toyotas are still running.
Kyle Busch, all in order. 25 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, first, 12, 13, 14,
His car's on the pit road.
7. They're running good.
So in the garage,
Honestly, to just still be running is running good.
Yeah, 5 other cars unbeaten. That's really not bad.
23 to go. It feels like we've been an eternity since they've had any real racing here because we had 2 cautions back to back.
Oh, Bowman is 1 car away from being
Yes. You got Byron, Elliott, Larson, Kurt Busch, and Bowman lined up on the bottom. Outside's Truex, Eric Jones, Blaney, and Bubba. Blaney's lost a lot of his help, though. A lot of his help. Might make Blaney more dangerous. He ain't got to rely on anybody. Truex has the most super speedway starts with no wins. When he drove for Chance 2 and Dale Jr. in the Busch Series, he was really good. He won Talladega. But Truex has never won a cup race of any kind on a super speedway. Ooh. See Kurt and Truex just now.
Come on, Bowman, please. Oh, my God.
They can shuffle Kurt Busch out. You'll have Hendrick 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Sitting there going, well, I can't move. I can't go anywhere. They're dying to get me out of this little group here. Let's listen.
Yeah, Kurt Jr.'s right. They're going to try to get Kurt Busch out if they can, but it's hard. You can't put him anywhere because he's just going to stay on the bottom with you, and there's cars right to your outside.
That's good intel. The one thing that I do see, what I thought I was going to hear there, is maybe that spotter saying, hey, you got a teammate there, you're the meat in the sandwich. They want you out of there so they can lift all 4 of these Hendrick cars up.
Boyer likes to say yous and theys and alls a lot. He puts an S on words you don't need to put an S on. Yous guys, all's yous guys got to do.
Clint mentioned is 0 for 68 on super speedways.
Brad 14, Chastain 15. They're back.
Around the back to try to avoid the big one, but still always seem to get collected in the big one anyway. So they are racing. They figure they may as well go to the front.
Custer's back on track and smoking, but he's on the apron. He'll make it to pit road. Hopefully we don't get a yellow here. Todd, I would say Atlanta's a super speedway now. Run this same aero package at Daytona and Talladega at Atlanta. And the races like Daytona and Talladega, so yeah. Atlanta's super speedway now. I think he'll make it.
3 of the top 4 drivers in this race have won an Xfinity Series championship driving for Dale Jr.
Wow, they're right. Elliott, Byron, and Truex all won championships driving for Dale Jr. in the Xfinity Series.
Well, hey, it takes teamwork and an army of people behind you, and I'm telling you, this Hendrick can't.
That's a good call, Mike Joy. I didn't even think about that, but now I think it's pretty cool.
I bet that one called Junior off.
Yeah.
I bet Junior was like, damn.
Truex, Byron, and Elliott driving for Dale Jr. won Xfinity championships. Truex won 2. Elliott and Byron each won 1. That Dale Jr. sure knows how to pick them.
And we're a Byron Cup championship away from it then.
I know they've pointed this out, but damn, that's a good crowd. That looked like a early 2000s Cup race crowd in the stands. I'm not even kidding. So much for everybody that said they were going to stop watching NASCAR because of Bubba, right? Because their stands look pretty fucking packed.
These guys are just trying to launch the laps.
Two-car tandem.
We heard the drivers commenting about how the intensity had picked up. You have a crash like that.
They can't get him out. There's nowhere to shuffle him.
Everybody goes, oh, we gotta calm down.
Push him,
calm down,
Byron.
yeah, sure does.
Somebody
Don't
like
beat that guy. Right. Then they start to forget about that. And they get intense
Look at
again.
yourself, Kurt.
Cindric's still running with damage. I saw Cindric still on the lead lap.
I feel bad for Cindric.
He's on the lead lap.
Because I kind of like Cindric.
Intensity ramps back up.
Well,
There's
it's
a
all
lot
the
of out.
opportunities, all the changing. You know, you hear people talk about chess match. It really is. You know, those.
Oh, Kyle Busch in the back there going down to the bottom line.
But when they do, you know, you got to be there to take
Oh, come on,
advantage of
Byron.
that opportunity. And what that is, the guy slips up, a bad block, stacks everybody up, just like we saw with Kyle Busch. Take that opportunity.
I love that IHOP car that Almirola's driving.
Now you're forced to make
First time I've seen that paint scheme really today.
so kind of keep yourself there.
How did IHOP
So
afford
many
it?
different things.
I know, ain't they closing? I fucking love IHOP. I want to go there.
If I seen GameStop on the car, I'd be like, what?
We go to Darlington in the fall. We're going to an IHOP. If we could find one. Yeah, it'll be Fats again. Well, when we go in a couple weeks, we're going to go to Fats.
Yeah, that Fats is too good.
Fucking Ruby Tuesday, and they're 2 for $40.
Who's your 2 for 42? I already said 24.
Because it fucking did. Ugh. I'm not as mad about that now.
Because William Byron won.
I'm mad because it really made me not want to buy that Dale Earnhardt Peter Max car for $50 at that tent. Who breathed into their mic? Yeah, I'm going to the Southern 500. We're going to the throwback weekend in a couple weeks, and we're going to the Southern 500 in the fall. We were going to go to Atlanta and the Bristol Dirt Race, but I said, fuck those. Let's just go to the Southern 500 because it's closer and we've been there before.
I wonder how this new car is going to be.
The new car at Darlington is going to be very interesting. Well, that bottom line really surged ahead there. And Christopher Bell just jumped out of the top into the bottom a few cars back.
8 on that. For me, I have a chance of 25.
But 15 to go this time in stage 2. Settling in here, settling in about 10 or 12 laps, they'll get back at it again.
That's what they did last time. I think.
Oh, Cody Ware. Caution's out. Oh, who bullied Cody Ware? Wow, Cody Ware's good at bringing out cautions. Kind of like how he did last week because he's a dumb fuck. Oh, he's stuck. Cody Ware's stuck in the grass. Eat shit.
Looks like he's high-sided it.
Oh, well. Better luck next week. Oh, wait, Dover's next week. You're going to finish like 30 laps down next week because it's Dover. They got a tire go. Right rear, left rear. Oh.
Literally the same thing that just happened to Joey.
Yeah.
They're running in the back of the pack.
Can't do that.
I don't know.
Yeah. You going to go out there and wreck David Reagan now like a dumb fuck? The dude from Skillet's in that crowd. Wow. We were at Darlington last year. The Xfinity race is great. Cup race was just okay, but Darlington's fun. I love that track. It's one of my favorite tracks. Yeah. Larson made it fun to watch last year when we were at Darlington in the spring. Allgaier won me like $10. Yeah.
Well, I see
see an interesting dynamic here, Mike, because from right here,
Yeah.
you can make it to the end of the race on one stop.
Yeah, I'm gonna pit
Now,
here.
you have to make a green flag stop together, but if you're back there in all those Fords back there,
I'm gonna pit here and stay out,
lead lap cars,
and then do my last pit stop in the middle of the stage.
and then you run, you stay out at the end of stage
It's a
two,
very
and you
interesting
basically
timed
run until
caution.
your window opens to get to the end of the race. I think they're going to have to do something to get off sequence with those Chevrolets.
Yeah, Hendrick has this race by the balls. You're going to have to leapfrog him. You and a couple of teammates are going to have to get in front of him somehow. You're not going to be able to do it by yourself.
Super 6 app, free to play. How many laps under caution by the end of
This race was lean, mean, and green for a while, but we've had a lot of cautions here lately.
Questions are extremely hard.
So weird. Yeah.
But I'm telling you, every week, Dale.
Your question is
Hey,
gonna what?
Dale.
Oh, that looks like me.
That looks like a young you. Yes, it
What
does.
is going on right
What
now?
is
What is going on?
no,
Well,
arrow
we've seen-
window? Now wait a minute. We've seen Davey Allison's Thunderbird with Clint at the wheel.
Imagine getting to drive that car.
It looks like there's a challenger.
It's a good looking car.
But did you decline that opportunity?
Look at
Dale?
that.
See, I jumped all over Dave's. And Davies, you could have been out there with me. There it is. Look at that. Monte
Driving
Carlo
off in the
Aero
sunset.
Coupe with that slope back glass. That's cool.
Windshield wiper. Thing's street legal or what?
I didn't see a license plate on the back, but then again, he's got passengers.
He does. Only in Talladega. Looks like Chad McCovey hanging out in there.
All right, pit road is open.
Pit. Unless you're up front, get the stage points. Here come the Toyotas.
Bubba, yep.
Well, Bubba, the one Toyota that pitted. Kyle pitted with him. Bill. Where's Hamlin? I didn't see if Hamlin pitted. I think Hamlin stayed out.
And Bubba Wallace, one of those takers.
You're going to leapfrog these guys at the stage. It's the right thing to do. You won the first stage. No need to get greedy for points. Now we're worried about getting up front and winning the race. Track position.
Continues to be very happy with the 43. Likes the speed, likes everything that race car is doing. 2 tires and a quick stop for them.
Yeah, you got to account for possible overtimes, but until that happens, I'm going to play the strategy like we're going to the scheduled distance or just one overtime. Yesterday would have been fine with just 1 or 2 overtimes, but the problem is they had 3.
81 laps to go, 13 laps to go.
3 is very unlikely, you would think.
At the fastest speedway on earth.
Grab an ice cold Coke and buckle up.
Well, the problem with the USFL is that all the good players are in the NFL, so that's why you're seeing a lot of drop passes and easy sacks. The draft is coming up soon. I would be interested in my team with the draft, but unfortunately we can't draft all 22 positions at once, so I don't know how much we're going to get out of it. Try to remain optimistic. Either that or after 4 weeks I'll be like, so how are the Colts doing? After 3 or 4 weeks I will be watching Colts games more than I am Falcons games. I don't know if y'all need to hear this, but Matt Ryan's better than Matthew Stafford. I just hope the Colts can give Matt the support that the Rams gave Stafford. Stafford's great, but Matt Ryan's better.
He ain't gonna have the support.
Yeah, he won't. Yeah, that's almost impossible. I don't know how the Rams handle their cap. How do they fucking spread that out and have the guys they have? But yeah, Bubba needs stage points, but you won't need stage points if you just win the race. So just play the strategy to get out front at the start of stage 3, and there you'll be. He's fast. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets back up here and gets stage points before the end of this one. But either way, I like pitting there for them. That line he was in had lost a lot of ground there. They were a little further back. But win the race, and stage points will be irrelevant. I got asked a great question today.
What was it?
How much is that $25 Amazon gift card?
Huh.
I think $25.
a good question. For real.
How much is a $25 Amazon gift card?
Why would I pay $25 for a piece of cardboard with a logo on it? Piece of plastic.
Like, shit, here's $25, bro. Fox Music jump scare.
Built for 5G, built to make a real difference on the front lines. And by Credit One Bank, the official credit card of NASCAR. 12 to go in stage 2. Bubba Wallace came back in for a loose left front wheel.
Well, I'm glad they had him pit again. Bubba had to come back in and tighten the wheel. Still, they're on the same strategy they would have been. Christopher Bell too fast on pit road, so Bubba will have some company at the rear.
He is back on the lead lap, so let's take a closer look at the number 6 Castrol carbon neutral Ford. For the second consecutive year,
Todd, I don't know if the USFL will fold. I think the XFL would have stayed successful if not for the pandemic hitting. XFL had a pretty decent product. I don't know how the USFL is looking. But XFL was so good it made me want to start watching because I kept hearing, oh my God, you see the XFL game? I'm like, no, what the fuck?
I seen a video this morning of Johnny Manziel throwing a touchdown to Terrell Owens.
15th on this restart. Take you back to that first race here in 1969 where Charlie Glotzback won the pole, but his name's not in the record book. How come? There were a group of drivers called the Professional Drivers Association.
The PDA.
And they had a concern about safety racing on this track at those speeds, and they were blowing out tires in practice. Firestone withdrew, and the PDA, including Glotzback, walked out. So Bobby Isaac started the race on the pole.
You know who drove in that first ever race at Talladega? Richard Childress. Richard Petty protested it. He didn't run, but Richard Childress drove in that race. I just mentioned it. Fun fact. Richard Childress wasn't no pussy. He'll go out there and drive 200 miles an hour, shred a tire, and rip his rib cage out. I already beat y'all to it. See, I know my history, too. I'm not quite Mike Joy and Dale Jr., but I do know a lot.
Made it happen. Hey, Fox Nation's been here all weekend. And Landon Castle with a free pass is back.
Who wouldn't want to see Piers Morgan come to Victory Lane and take a picture with Landon Castle?
For me, for Talladega, but nonetheless had a lot of fun marching band out there, got to play the cymbals, Dale.
An unfortunate waste of plastic, I believe that diecast will be referred to as. Yeah, Hendrick's about to be 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom. Yeah. Because Elliott, Larson, and Bowman are lined up on the bottom, and Byron's going to tuck down in front of them with 10 to go in stage 2.
He's okay. And then backmarkers can always play a role in this thing if they're pushing. All right, we'll restart with 10 laps to go in stage 2. Getting back on their feet, Dale. Go time.
10 laps. Hendrick's got this on lockdown for the time being.
They're acting together. The HMS guys going to just continue this throughout.
And there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the outside's Kurt Busch, Austin Dillon, and Denny Hamlin, and Justin Haley. We love this.
I just wish it was Bowman up front. I'm not gonna lie. I can't do Chicky.
I wish Elliott would win so people would shut the fuck up. Then, he just won Talladega. No, Talladega, anybody can win. He just ducks. So it doesn't matter if Chase wins here or not. They'll still try to act like he hasn't won anything. Who's that slow car on the apron going into turn 3? Please tell me whoever that is going to make it back. I don't need another fucking caution.
Ross the house and
There might be a yellow here if that slow car don't make it back. The Hendrick cars came to race. That's why they didn't qualify as well. They probably put more emphasis on race handling and committed to working together. better than they have in the past. And it's showing.
Strength in numbers. You could have said it any better. It's just simply more cars.
I'm glad because the whole bottom line is.
I think it's probably going to maybe get super.
Like, look at the top 10. I would take any of those winners.
Yeah.
And it'll happen here.
That's a great top 10.
Even up to Austin Hill.
Wallace working his way up.
And then it's Harvick, Hamlin, Kyle Busch. What a 12, 13, 14.
I'm telling you, what I see out of those Hendrick cars and their ability to push was exactly the way.
Is this you in 2006 Total Control Day?
Yep. I would get them up there, and then I'd keep them in line and do that follow me thing.
Wow, they're separated.
Actually, what I like to do was run like second and be the pusher. Yeah. Yeah, 6-car breakaway forming up here.
All Chevys and Truecks.
Looking ahead to Dover next week, where Hendrick Motorsports.
Oh, yeah.
1 through 4 sweep led by Alex
The
Bowman.
week before Dover. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. They're doing it again. I should have got that shirt at Martinsville. They had the Dover 1, 2, 3, 4 Hendrick finish shirt for like $20. I should have got it because I wanted that shirt last year. Todd, you're right. Chase Elliott is this weird combination of a few guys. He reminds me so much of Mark Martin, Terry Labonte, and Dale Jr. and Bill Elliott all rolled into one. They're all pretty fucking laid-back, conservative drivers. Although Chase will do something that they wouldn't do. Chase will cut your fucking balls off to win a race. Chase is a lot more aggressive than Mark, Terry, or Dale Jr. or his dad. He's got the personality of a Labonte, that's for damn sure. He's got his dad's laid-back demeanor. He's pretty chill. I think that's the reason why people hate Chase more than anything. He's got the personality of a wet fucking box. He has no personality. He's not as fun as Alex Bowman is.
I'm very glad this ain't stage 3.
Yeah. Kyle Busch tucked onto that front group there. About 11th place. We've had so many engine failures, and those couple of little wrecks have taken out enough cars to where this is real easy for the Hendrick cars to do this. Bubba's tandeming Keselowski. Yeah, Blaney's back in that back group now. At the end of stage 2, this is going to be irrelevant because them guys in the back are going to stay out.
And now you start to see that whole thing. Those spotters and the crew chiefs, everybody involved, they see that. They're telling those drivers, don't lose this draft. Hold on.
5 more laps in this stage.
Not enough time for anything like that. But if you're going to get any stage points,
it's 4:35 local time in Talladega. It's 5:30 here. Remember, Talladega's an hour behind the East Coast. So.
6th place, Ross Chastain. Vince?
You guys talking about drivers getting greedy, wanting those stage points at the end, and Chastain just asked, who is behind me? Which OEMs, which manufacturers are behind me in case Chastain wants to jump out and try to get a little help behind me.
Toyotas, too. All the Chevys are in front of him except for Eric Jones. Choo choo.
If Ross can get past Truex,
4 more laps in this stage.
Brad Keselowski and that group almost closed the gap between them and the leaders.
Do I think USFL can make spring football work? Yes, because the XFL was doing just fine a couple years ago before the pandemic hit. I hate that hurt the XFL the way it did. Harvick shoots to the outside of Cindric. He ditched to Ford, but like Junior said, Cindric's got damage. Cindric was holding up that line more than anything.
That was a good move. Too much drag on the 2-car. Let's get around him. They're catching Eric Jones, just like you said, rapidly. Going to see another move. Here comes
There they go to the outside. Oh, they ditched Jones. Jones at the tail end of this line. He couldn't stop Harvick and Kyle Busch. Almirola moves up to pick up his teammate. Harvick didn't want to let him in. Harvick was going to go up around him. Almirola stays on the bottom.
Massive
Why
pushes
would you
from
not
the
want
18
that
to
extra
Busch.
car?
And Chastain moves up to pick up Harvick.
Chastain jumps up there.
And that just kills it. Now Harvick goes back to his inside and shuffles out Ross.
Pretty bold blocks in front of that 4-car.
Woo!
And they're gonna lock
This is all for about 6th place.
and not yet.
Stacking up in the top. Chastain and Kurt Busch.
Does Austin Dillon pull up in front?
Kurt Busch got Chastain a little sideways.
Decides not to get it.
Harvick's second in, man.
So here comes that outside line again with Chastain getting a great push from Kurt.
2 to go, stage 2.
Kurt Busch is
Harvick, to his credit, he's made all the right moves because look where he's at. I think he would have, but I think Almirola hesitated for like half a second.
they get in a line they start
And Harvick had the momentum and needed to go. So here comes Chastain and Kurt Busch. Harvick's going to move up and pick him up, I bet.
I'll drive right by Harvick.
Now Harvick stayed on the bottom. I thought Harvick would have pulled up and picked them up.
Because I'd cut him out and make him go to the outside. Dump.
Get down there, side draft just a little bit. Both him
I wish Truex
and
Harvick
Kurt
Busch
can't
would take
side
each
draft.
other.
See, the side draft doesn't work quite as much as it used to.
Now Kurt Busch goes back to the inside. Now Chastain's by himself on the top. Coming to 1 to go. Kyle Busch to the outside. Picks up his brother. The Busch brothers going for 5th. They're not going to beat these Hendrick cars.
Lap of the stage here.
These Hendrick cars got it on lockdown. They got Truex, Kyle Busch, and Kurt Busch, and I just don't think it's going to be enough. Truex might get a pull on the 48 and sweep to the top.
If they can get connected, they might be able to get up there and get in the mix.
Big run from Harvick here off of 2. Truex drafting up the 48. There he goes to the outside. Bubba just backed off. No point. He's going to get wrecked possibly, so he might as well back off. Truex did exactly what I thought he would do, but it's just too little too late. They still don't have enough to beat these 3 in front of them. Truex pulls out here to 48, ain't going to go with him. He knows that. So William Byron's going to win stage 2. 3 wide for 4th. Bowman, Truex, Kyle Busch. Byron wins stage 2. Elliott 2nd, Larson 3rd. That went about how I thought it was going to go. Like I said, you can't beat 4 cars. 4 cars that are that committed, you can't beat them. Nah, Bubba backed off because he wasn't going to get stage points, and he saw them getting 3 wide, so he just totally dropped out of the pack there. No need to get wrecked. Should stay out here and be near the front again anyway, so just back off. I don't think Bubba had a flat or anything.
Oh, man.
Just beating Kyle Busch and Bowman.
Willie B, stage winner.
William Byron in front.
Oh my God, we're at the end of stage 2. I'm going to have a Gatorade now, and I really need it.
Wait, that wasn't stage 3?
The way they split the race into thirds, so the stages are like really long. Yeah. Boy, I needed that fucking drink. My throat was dry as a motherfucker. You're just not going to be able to beat 4 guys that are that committed. Especially on that outside line. It's just hard. It's harder to make big runs on the outside without more help.
This Hendrick teamwork bullshit is lame as fuck.
Literally everybody does it.
Yeah, the first comment laughs in 2018 Stuart Haas. Laughs in Team Penske.
Yeah. 2018 Stuart Haas was like the worst Talladega race ever.
Like, ever since I started, this is all I wanted to see. What's it like when team actually works together?
Hendrick Motorsports total team control. Chase Briscoe says he's very sore. I am not surprised. Pit stops.
Leads them on the pit road, Jamie.
William Byron wins the third stage of the season. Led the most laps today, too. Said he's just a little bit light on his feet when his teammate, the 9, is pushing him. It's a 4-tire stop here. The 48 has come into the picture. He said the ride of his car, okay, not great, but they'll deal with it. 4 tires there, Vince.
19 of Martin Truex Jr. pitted from 4th, the top Toyota of the much of the day today. Just 4 tires and gas.
Kyle Larson happy with the balance on that car because nobody was pushing him. When somebody is pushing him too loose, and the 9 to Chase Elliott, not a word from him.
Race off pit road. Eric Jones, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski. The Hendrick cars all took 4 tires. Everybody's got to pit one more time, so they'll do 2 next time. But I'm surprised that they took 4. But all the Hendrick cars took 4, so they lost a lot of positions.
We sing Dallopo, Willie B. How about you, Willie B? It's Boyer up in the booth. You got us?
We'll see what we do here, but I think we can stay.
Hey, William Byers, Boyer, Jr., Mike Joy up in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir. Got you, Boyer. How you doing?
Man, not as good as you. Fast hot rod. I've grown accustomed to seeing the Hendrick cars fast on qualifying day. Struggle with the handling on Sunday. Not the case today. How about your hot rod?
Yeah, the guys have worked super hard on trying to get us a little bit better, and I feel like so far it's working really good. So just got to keep that going, keep the good mojo going, and try to keep ourselves at the front. Chase was a great pusher there, obviously, and was able to keep our line going. So thanks everybody on this team for a fast car. Hopefully keep it up here.
Absolutely. Seems like scoring and playing. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks, man.
William Byron, your stage 2 winner, is finished.
And I'm going to run to the bathroom because stage 3 is probably going to be crazy. I have relieved myself, but not that way. I just took a piss. And they say what happened to Bubba? Nah, nothing happened. He just pulled out of line because there was nothing to race for him there. He was at the back, and they were 3 wide in front of him, so he was just playing it safe. I knew that's what he was doing when he backed off.
I love the headlines already. New Orleans Breakers wide receiver makes the best catch ever in USFL history. Fucking really? Like, calm down.
The 2-week history.
Calm down. Might be the best catch in history, but ain't a whole lot.
Remember that time Odell made that crazy catch in that game? The Giants lost to the Cowboys, and we had to hear about it for the next 10 fucking years.
And run as they line up for
Finally, we've made it to stage 3. Everybody's got to pit one more time. Nobody can make it from here.
Between Talladega and Daytona. Well, among the top 12, 4 Chevys, 4 Fords, and 4 Toyotas. Parity raises its head.
Yeah, I mean, right now the Junior cars are controlling the front.
Junior takes his craft very seriously.
These other guys get organized and go up there and try to break them up. They're in the safest place.
Yeah.
They were doing pretty good till Josh Berry got taken out yesterday. And then Sam Mayer got taken out late because he was with Allgaier.
They're wrecking, getting eliminated. They're losing numbers, Clint.
Right, but I tend to agree with you. They're the first ones to beat every the punch of the organization.
For once, I got to give Boyer credit. He's a 2-time Talladega winner in the Cup Series.
Haven't followed suit or paying attention and trying to follow suit.
That's a pretty good booth to talk about Talladega, Boyer and Dale Jr.
Toyotas are going to get that orchestrated as well. That's where the race is going to get interesting.
Larry Mack, how does this play out for you?
This is where the strategy
63 laps to go when they take the green. Jones, Kyle Busch, Harvick, Keselowski, and Bubba. That's why Bubba pulled out of line, because he was going to be up here anyway.
Maybe when the window opens here in about 20 to 25 laps, somewhere around lap 145, if you can get a group organized, you come and maybe you beat a caution and you make your stop on the green and you get that track position. I think we'll see some very strategy as far as maybe what might be the final stop.
Blaney's going to get
somebody like Martin Truex or
Blaney's going to get a dramatic photo finish win at Talladega again for the 3rd time.
Absolutely nothing that says tires mean a whole lot.
Tires don't mean shit. We're not changing tires the rest of the day if it's up to me. Might change too, but hell, I doubt that. You can go ahead and pack the fucking pit equipment up except the gas.
Different things that can happen when you on pit road.
All right, to begin stage 3, here they come to the Geico restart zone. Eric Jones, Kyle Busch, Chevy, and Toyota ahead of 3 Fords and 2 Toyotas.
Eric Jones, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Ryan Blaney, Keselowski, and Bubba. The Hendrick cars took 4 tires and gave up some track position here. Blaney with a great push to Kyle. Blaney's got his best friend behind him, Bubba. That's a good outside line. Man, Cindric up there with that damn damage. I think Cindric's okay as long as he's not leading a line. If he's in a pack, he's fine. But if he was leading a line, it wouldn't be good.
Again, how does this race just change all of a sudden? You break up those Hendrick cars, put them in the back. New boys up front, Blaney. Eric Jones in the 43 is not going away, though. I'm telling you, that car's fast all day.
Yeah. Larson and Byron are on the bottom, 4 cars back. Chase up on the outside by himself. Bowman's a car or 2 behind him.
Easy to do. When you got cars 2 by 2 by 2, can't just kind of figure that out and make it happen right away.
Yeah, it's not like you can just pull over. All right, let's get reestablished and get going. I mean, it takes time to orchestrate that. That's where that chess match comes in.
Blaney again pushing really well. Gets that 18 car out there a little too far.
way out there.
Now he's going to have a huge run.
Leave him in the
Kyle's
middle.
trying everything he can do to stay beside
Leave
this
him in the
Blaney.
middle, Blaney. Come on.
Him to come back. Here it is. Did a good job there.
Big shot.
They're all real tight on the inside. Haven't created any momentum yet, but here they go. Now they're rolling. Kyle Busch able to stay right there on that outside. Keeping that inside line honest.
Got a lot of smart drivers at the front. But it doesn't matter how smart you are. If somebody bumps wrong even once, it's game over. Blaney's the best pusher in this lead group. Blaney and Bubba, for sure. Now look at Blaney. Good God, Kyle Busch got way far ahead. That's not good, Kyle. Better just pick a line and stay in it. Well, Jones got to him first. That's going to save Kyle. Now here comes the run. Blaney and Bubba.
These guys on the outside, Blaney and Bubba, they might as well be teammates, good friends. Going to help each other a little bit.
They were working together at Atlanta, remember? When Bubba was leading late in the race.
Right back to the bumper of the 18 car. Now the 43 is going to try to push this 18 clear again. He's trying to get to that back bumper of the 12. Once they get straight, he's going to lock on and push into turn 1.
60 to go.
But from a racer standpoint, what we're seeing right here is what I love about super speedway racing. You've got new guys up front. Those Hendrick cars aren't up front. They've been perfecting the way they do that, their craft, if you will. Now you've got the 18 and Blaney trying to figure that out. Running up front is drastically different than it is back in the pack. You see those cars attached. That car is extremely fast. His teammates been able to do the same thing. See more of that deal here than you did at Daytona.
Bubba seems to be able to get right back to the bumper of the 12 and giving great pushes all down the straightaways. It's the best we've seen this outside line performing in a while. Just shortly after a restart, they're going to work hard to try to stay up there.
There's not much to talk about right now. I'm just watching them. The whole field's 2x2. Bubba keeps shoving Blaney out to the lead every time they get to the start-finish line, it seems. They're getting their money's worth out of Bubba's visor cam today. Bubba could go to the bottom and get in front of Kyle. Another Toyota. Yeah, they do. Blaney and Bubba to the bottom. They get in front of Kyle Busch and Eric Jones. Yeah, outside line's done now for the time being. Them Hendrick cars could get up in there, maybe. You got two of them up there. And, yeah, unfortunately for Chase, look at Cindric with a big fucking parachute on his right front. They got to get him out. But if Chase goes to his outside, is Truex going to go with him? I probably wouldn't either. I'd probably hang Chase out if I could, if I was Truex. Look how much speed they lose in the center of the corner with Cindric leading that line. Oh, they got to get him out.
And you can see the effect of it going straight to the back.
Everybody's quitting on this outside line.
He's got that thing really.
Cindric is a nuisance. Go to the middle. I saw a chance to maybe go to the middle. Chase didn't take it. I think Cindric would have blocked, unfortunately. You're going to have to get a... Yeah. Chase got to the inside. There you go. Hey, look. We got three of them back on the bottom. Larson, Elliott, and Byron. 8th, 9th, and 10th on the bottom. And now Truex going to hang out Cindric. Chase didn't want to take a chance and get hung out by Truex, but Truex took the chance. Poor Cindric. He just has no friends, no help, but it's not really his fault. Tires really don't pay off here, but I like changing tires there so you don't have to change any later.
Very hard. 57 laps to go. Ryan Blaney.
Whole field's pretty much single file now. I'm looking at the Hendrick cars, 8th, 9th, and 10th, though. Blaney, Bubba, Kyle Busch, Eric Jones, and Harvick, the top 5. They go side by side. Yay! Yeah, I know. Yeah. The day is young.
I figured with at least with it being the new car.
We've had a couple of medium-sized wrecks. This whole field single file on the bottom. All the way back pretty much to the tail end. Bowman's at the tail end on the outside. He's lost a lot of time, a lot of ground. So the Hendrick cars are going to be down one ally for a bit. But still 3 cars committed together. Still pretty good. Yeah, is everybody going to complain on Twitter now? Oh, God, they got single file again. They're doing the smart thing until we get to the final pit stops here in about 15, 20 laps. Talladega's too long. Remember when I said this race should be 400 miles? Look who looks like a genius now.
at Talladega. Here's your aerial coverage provided by
Giving my vocal cords a break because there's nothing going on right now.
more driven.
Just logging laps, which is the right thing to do. Keselowski's sitting there in 6th. That's interesting. He's had an up and down day. David Reagan and Landon Castle on the lead lap with 53 to go.
Because of the drag that this car has. We just saw JJ Ellie lose the draft. He's dropped off. Then the next guy starts to look in the mirror and panic a little bit. That's Noah Gragson. And then also Cindric with the damage to the right
Oh, yeah.
front.
When Blaney and Bubba accidentally hook each other, Kyle Busch going to win this bitch. No, they got to pit again. It'll get jumbled up during pit stops. We have no idea what's going to happen until after pit stops, and we can start guessing possible scenarios.
Is in trouble too. So I think even if I'm Alex, I know I'm
Make your
the last
pick
guy
right
right now, but I'm getting a little nervous.
Bubba.
I'm going to go Willie B. Domination continues.
I just think Bubba's so good at this now.
I think Willie B wins it.
It's so much drag on the car. And
As long as they stay with that lead group and gain good time. There's more Chevrolets to pit together than there are anything else. So
you see the gaps right here between these cars right here on the screen? They'll close that up, and then the next thing you know, you got 5 car leads between you and the next car.
I think another part of that equation is the fact that this car
Legitimately win, so no
eats
fucking
the air and
excuses.
forces it underneath the car.
there'll always be an excuse. Yeah, there'll always be an excuse. Well, if he didn't wreck Logano, that'll be the excuse.
Underneath of the car.
You can see right there at the very back of that pack, a little bit of distance between each of those guys. They're starting to get a little nervous.
They're just setting up for final pit stops.
Cindric's about to lose this draft.
10 to 15 more laps.
They're going to lose this draft.
Yeah, bad scenario for Noah Gragson.
My Chaos Mod stream didn't appear till 2 days later. That must be a YouTube thing. Boy, YouTube is wonderful, isn't it?
He's in trouble anyway, so hopefully they stack up in front, and if they ever do.
If it was up to me, you'd get a notification every single time when the video was happening or when it was done, but YouTube sucks. What can I say?
The stop at lap 107, next to the last caution. Jonathan Hassler, he took a minute and a half, and he worked on the splitter of that race car where it had that damage. He got the 4 tires, so that meant in stage 2, they came in and dumped 4 seconds of fuel. So a lot of things led to him being up there leading this race.
Sure did. Teamwork, strategy, great call, and we all knew it. We need track position, and he's doing a whale of a job keeping him behind him too. And the second forward in line.
50 to go. Harvick has not won a super speedway race since 2010. 2008. Kyle Busch, 2008 was the last time.
That's a long.
And he's only got 2, and they were both in 2008.
Right on board, Brad Keselowski, who's right in the middle of this top 10. Last year, Brad had 2 top 2 finishes, a win in the 2nd place.
Yeah, Brad's last win with Penske was this race last year.
Point his way into the playoffs. This is a race where he comes to. He's got 6 wins here. Could break a tie with me and Jeff Gordon by getting a win today, and also.
God damn it. I was a little grumpy when Brad won last year. I was like, ah. We got 24 cars on the lead lap in this lead pack. Yaley's the 25th car, but he's like 12, 13 seconds off the draft.
49 laps to go. When we come back, the pit window opens to be able to make it to the end. Just one green flag stop.
Remember how I said I never wanted to run a cash register again? Running one at Dollar General's easy. But, like, I was like, when am I going to get to stock? I fucking hate this register shit. After stocking dog food, when she came to me when I had an hour left, go back up to the register. I'm going to go take a break. You just do register the rest of the day while I take a break for the next hour. And I was like, thank you, God. My back could not take anymore. Oh, it was brutal. I'm the big, strong man, though. Get to do the dog food. Yeah, my stream's there. It should be there. There's nothing copyrighted in those GTA streams because I turned the music off. The president of Toyota Racing says he's very disappointed in Kyle Busch's comments this weekend. Kyle Busch is totally leaving the 18th end of the year then. He'll find a good ride somewhere else, but still, that's funny. Yeah, he's gone. Ty Gibbs going to get the 18 car next year. Search your feelings. You know it to be true. Fox Music jump scare. Them drums hit hard when you come back from commercial and you unmute the TV. Man, I wouldn't want to live in Alabama though.
Talladega. The racetrack's right beside the International Hall of Fame.
I don't want to live in Alabama.
No, but to live right there.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. Buy it and just stay there on race weeks or something.
Rent it out.
I wish I was rich.
I've got my eye on Eric Jones in that 43 car. Qualified 16th, but I love what his crew chief Dave Ellens is doing.
Kyle Busch going to be driving the third Trackhouse car next year, the number 51 Rowdy Energy Chevrolet. Calling it now. They're going to buy that number. They'll get that number and it'll be a Trackhouse car. If not, they'll make it 54. So Kyle Busch is either going to drive the 51 or the 54 Chevrolet Rowdy Energy for Trackhouse next year. I don't think anybody has 97 right now. It's open. Or Kyle will drive a 54 for 2311. It's either going to be that or Trackhouse. How much you want to bet? And Ty Gibbs will get the 18 car.
I love all the ideas.
Ryan Priest going to get the 10. He's already got it. I would say Kyle Busch to the 10, but Ryan Priest got that one. Oh, I totally would. He doesn't care what he's driving. But Priest is going to get the 10.
You know, you're a great commentator, but a lousy guest. How'd you get to pick 2?
New Orleans 34-3 over Tampa. Is it September already? New Orleans just beats up Tampa, and I think it's funny.
Happy to have you here, and thanks to Brad Sager of Fox and Sam Flood from NBC for having that conversation that led to this visit. And glad to have you.
Dale Jr.'s visiting.
Obviously brought light to those guys at the back. You know,
Fox can have supervised Dale Jr. visits on weekends only. And they got to pay child support. Probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe.
Yeah, I think that's the
Kyle Busch has already said he'll never own a Cup team. It's too expensive. That's never happening. KBM's never going to be a Cup team. That's part of the deal to get Junior. Plug the fact that NBC's first race is June 26th at Nashville on a Sunday night. They borrowed. They got temporary custody.
Sunday, June 26th at Nashville Superspeedway. All the way to the end of the season and crowning a champion.
We're at 42 to go. Pit window's pretty much open.
All the news guys come down.
Junior did get borrowed once. Texas, 2007. He got wrecked out. Kyle Busch got wrecked out. Hendrick, they fixed Kyle's car, but Kyle had already left, so Hendrick borrowed Junior, and Junior finished the race, and Kyle Busch is number 5. He was borrowed once.
Mike, he's such a historian and has been around for so long. Seen the sport for so many
Still Blaney, Bubba, Kyle Busch, Eric Jones, Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski up front, Christopher Bell, and just behind them is Larson, Elliott, and Byron.
You know, having you in here is, you know, your background in this racetrack in particular.
That was a
It takes
consistent
crowd
out there.
to figure this place out. And I cannot wait to
Larson's having probably the best super speedway race of his career today.
His 5 car, you see the little gap there he's got to the car in front of him. Let's listen to this.
I don't mind this because we're logging laps. We're getting this dumb. We're not going to have a million cautions, hopefully. The longer they stay green, the better it is for all of us, even if it's boring for a little while.
Give him now if there's any information coming at all.
Well, we've had his radio open. Tyler Munn, the spotter, quiet.
Yeah.
Kyle knows what's ahead of him, what's behind him, and what the job is right now.
We got a couple of cars jumping the outside line, way back in the very back.
Get back off the 924-1, and then broke off about 10 seconds. 34.
Michael McDowell, 12th.
I can't take my eyes off of the 15 and
Kyle's been
7.
flying back
Yeah.
and forth
I keep
to
looking down
Florida,
there like,
racing
are they
a
fell
dirt
back
bike
yet?
model. All-Tech Speedway. I think he had some suspension
Bowman's
trouble
20.
last night. Kept him out of the running, but chasing
Bowman's trying to lead a top line from the very back. Good luck. He's got Justin Haley with him. Oh, we got a couple cars moving up. Denny Hamlin and Eric Almirola pick him up. Now they got something going on. Let's see if it continues.
Well, he was 20.
Ross Chastain cuts up in front of Hamlin, and they cut away from it.
That was almost a crash.
Yeah, that should have been a crash. God, Ross just waits till the last minute.
Look, they're going to... But Bowman's done caught up with the Hendrick guys. Bowman went from 20th
That was too close
to
for
half a lap.
Yeah, it's been a couple times this.
Ross Chastain's made some risky moves today.
11's going to jump in front of the 10. See how early he moved? It's not really a block at that point. Now
Watch how late Ross Chastain cuts up in front of Denny Hamlin. There he goes.
hesitated. You could see he was thinking about
That hurts the Hendrick cars on that inside line, but as you can see, let him in, Chase. Let him in.
Put him 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, put him in the distance.
Well, the biggest thing is that you lose trust. You know, and that's what you can't have when you lose.
They've made it up to 6th place with this outside line. When I saw Hamlin and Almirola move up, I knew they had something. And then Chastain was the one that put it over the top and got him up to the front.
Wallace isn't interested in making buddies, but Denny's sending him for a ride right now. Denny is a very aggressive pusher. He's very, very good at these plate races, as we know. He's like, you want
They'll be pitting any time now.
around this racetrack off the nose of that 11.
The guys are running a little long. They want to have some insurance for overtimes.
You're also going to be going places.
I think yesterday was a wake-up call to everybody.
Riding along with Keselowski, might look for him to make a move up there, getting up front. I need some track position.
One thing I do like about Denny in these play races is when the cars get lined up either on the bottom like they are or at the top, he's one of the first ones to say, I ain't doing this.
Without a doubt, the most impatient one, because you're right. In single file, he's going down, dipping down.
What a shove from Hamlin to Ross. Going for 5th place now. Oh, Bubba shot to the outside of Blaney. Takes the lead. Kyle Busch goes with him. Damn, Bubba. Getting up there with Kyle Busch. Him and Kyle Busch must be pretty committed to each other. They are Toyotas. Yep. If I was Blaney, I'd be like, what the fuck? And now Jones goes back to the bottom to cut in front of Blaney and gets under Kyle Busch. Now Bubba's got to block the bottom. And now the outside. Kyle Busch is in front of the outside line, so Bubba lost his help for the moment.
Less than a half a lap. Goes from strung out.
Kyle's about to get ready.
We still got to pit again, guys. A lot of cars run out of gas yesterday, it seemed. Allgaier, Clements. Allgaier was leading coming to the 2 to go. Oh, Bubba. Oh, they hung out Kyle now. Chastain got to the middle on Kyle Busch. He's going to the back. This is not the time of the race to be going to the back. And now Bubba's very vulnerable because I don't think Ross Chastain. Well, Bubba's got Denny. He's going to have Denny no matter what. Denny will stay with Bubba. Ross, though, might try to shuffle him out.
See no real advantage on either side.
Me neither. It's kind of all. I think Bubba with Denny.
And Brad on the inside.
Bubba with Denny is the real advantage. But Ross might do anything he can to shuffle Bubba out because they know Bubba's got a fast car.
Now Hendrick's all in line together. So Hendrick might be about to pit.
Still wondering why nobody's pitted.
We just got the back end of it.
Yeah, we had to do a little adjustment there.
What are you doing, Kevin LePage? Stay down there.
They said Blaney, they were about to play his radio, but he started cussing when Bubba passed him. Blaney didn't like that, but it was a good move. It was a good move. Bubba's got his boss, but... Or was it when Blaney got turned sideways here? Oh, no, it was... Kyle got a little loose. You know, Ross didn't lift. I think Denny tried to let him in, but Kyle didn't get down soon enough. Denny tried to let Kyle Busch get in line.
Kind of surprised to see some balance issues.
Ross pushing Bubba ain't going to last long. Ross going to hang him out. But he's between Hamlin and Bubba, so that might save Bubba. Oh, yeah, Eric Jones is vulnerable. He's got 3 Fords lined up behind him.
The whole outside's vulnerable. They can't hit.
Yeah, for now.
But, I mean,
what kind of car do you want?
other than that,
One that I can trust. One that does a good job, But, you know, stay on that for a second. In Daytona, we kept seeing guys get in. Keselowski, let's just use him. Get into the guy in front of him and then turn him around. Really light on their feet. The car's getting pushed. Different scenario here at Talladega.
big run on the
Do you think it's the
outside.
fact that they
Yeah.
Here it comes.
Ross stays behind Bubba.
cars, or do you think it's just the fact
I think Ross knows nobody's going to go with him right now.
That's a good point about the racetrack
Now
being a
Bubba
little bit
needs to
different.
go.
I can't believe Kyle got shuffled all the way to the back.
Go to the bottom.
Everyone learned a lot about
I'm going to stay in the line with Denny. Because you already pissed Blaney off. You hung him out. Well, I would have stayed in that top
I
line.
don't want Ross behind me.
Because Jones ain't going to... Jones ain't going to push you, and you already pissed off Blaney. You got your boss in the top line. I'd have stayed up there.
because they had no practice here and no opportunity to try out those theories.
Ross might go to the bottom when he gets up.
33 to go.
Coming to 32 to go this time by. Nobody's pitted yet. They still got a pit, though.
This ain't fair. Bubba's blocking the whole field.
I know,
It's
Bubba's...
like he's leading this race or something.
I keep waiting for cars to pull off and pit. The Hendrick cars are in a good spot to make it a pit road whenever they want. They're running nose to tail.
Toyota, Chevy, Ford. It's an interesting top 5. Really, really interesting.
Just imagine how much more fun Atlanta could be if it was as wide as this instead of making it more narrow. That never made much sense to me. That was the thing Denny complained about. He's like, look, we're all against it being a super speedway, but if you're going to make it a super speedway, why didn't you make it wider? They made Atlanta more narrow and then turned it into a super speedway. What sense does that make?
I wish they didn't cut away from
That's some
that.
serious pushing. You can see the hood flaps coming up.
Eric Jones hit the apron and his car done like
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah.
I missed that. Michael, I'd like to imagine betting on Haley if he wins at 60 to 1. He's 9th.
Who am I kidding? Ain't nobody in the top 10 gonna win this race. I don't know why I'm sitting here.
Because Corey LaJoy is going to win.
No, because they're all gonna wreck. Ross Chastain's up front of the super speedway with 30 to go. Dale, tell me it ain't gonna be a wreck.
Somebody's going to wreck, yeah. Question is it before or after pit stops?
Blaney will be involved. I hope it's right before pit stops.
It's so hard to predict what line you should stay in because part of me says stay in that top line because your boss / teammates up there. You've pissed off the guys on the inside, but the wild card in that whole mix is Ross because you don't know how long he's going to stay behind you. And can you trust him to push you and not run you over? So I guess just play both lines. It's tough to do, but at this point in the race, you just got to do it. I wish somebody'd hurry up and fucking pit, though. I'd like to see somebody pull off to pit road, like the Hendrick cars come to pit, and right when they hit pit road, a caution comes out, so then they'll get the lead when everybody else has to pit under the caution. Bubba back to the top in front of Ross. He got a little too far ahead. He's going to get back on the bottom where it's safe. Safer. Man, Bubba's good at this. Oh, we got pit stops. We got some Fords. Some Fords from the inside line.
That was sneaky.
Blaney, Harvick, Keselowski, Cindric, David Reagan.
Keselowski was the best Ford in that group, and he wanted to come in. He said one of the hood pins is bothering him. It's right above that grill, but since this isn't a
We finally have pit stops.
tires and fuel.
Ryan Blaney couldn't go anywhere earlier. They fixed that damage on the nose, though, and got him track position.
2 tires for Blaney.
2 tires.
Andrew, no tires. I'm not taking any tires.
Hold your breath time now for those Ford
McDowell pitted with those Fords as well.
The Chevys and Toyotas will also have to pit under green.
I swear I was worried about Brad sliding on in there or speeding into pit road again.
Junior says he thinks, bro, oh man, Corey LaJoy almost got wrecked. Chevrolets and Toyotas together. A big group. Brad Keselowski, too fast entering.
Kyle didn't pit.
Jamie?
Kyle,
And the
Truex,
23
Kurt,
of
Bell.
Bubba Wallace gets called into pit road, doing what he typically does in these situations. Great races continues.
I guess guys are just taking the time to take 2 tires since they got to take time to fill up on gas. Good stop for Byron. That was quick.
Good speed all day long for Eric Jones, and good strategy by crew chief Dave Ellens. 2 right side tires, and that's it for him. Kyle Larson, he has been so quiet all day long. Happy with that race car.
And he beat everybody.
Big clusterfuck coming out of the pits here.
That's about 10 cars all coming off pit road in a bunch. They'll be able to line up.
Corey LaJoy, Kyle Busch, Truex, Kurt Busch, and Bell are the next 5 cars. They're coming to pit road together.
Get on pit road and get off pit road with all the drafting help.
We'll see where this cycles through. Kurt Busch really aggressive on entry.
Yep,
Kurt
Denny,
Busch done well in his career, but winning here is one thing he's never done. 0 for 42. His car been pretty decent today. Was working up front with his teammate for quite a while. They take off the windshield there for clean vision. No tires for the 45 ends.
They told Martin Truex Jr. don't slide him because we're not putting tires on. Gas only for Truex Regan.
Kyle Busch a little bit bouncy with that race car earlier on in the race, but no comments about that lately. 2 right sides is all for him.
Right sides for Busch and for Olsen.
Noah pitted with these Toyotas as well, and he just squeezed Kyle Busch into Christopher Bell. Oh, Bell just got spun.
Christopher Bell. Excuse me, Christopher Bell. I'm sorry.
Are they going to not throw a caution for that? No caution. Well, Bell drove away. No caution. Well, take Bell out of contention. Noah cut across Kyle Busch into Christopher Bell, and they cut away from it when it was happening.
That's Kyle's fault.
Now that's Noah's fault. Kyle was trying to stay off of Noah because Noah just kept coming over. Well, that sucks for Bell. No caution. Denny Hamlin's the leader. Denny Hamlin cycled through the lead after all that.
He gapped everybody.
Yeah.
That's huge. A lot of guys needed that.
Kyle Busch got a flat left rear.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. A lot of guys needed that.
Is he all right? I think he's all right. I wasn't sure if they were looking at the left rear on Kyle's car or not.
I just worry about that 18 car to be
I worry about the 23 and the 9 losing touch with this lead group. You see what they're doing right now? 3 wide.
that independent suspension not quite as durable.
They better tuck in a hurry. Don't want to lose this draft. Hamlin, Larson, Eric Jones, William Byron, Ross Chastain, Justin Haley.
William Byron, Ross Chastain, Justin Haley.
Hamlin's remarkably good at this.
The first 7 or 8 are single file. Still a bunch of double file there as they work for
You got Kurt Busch, Truex attached to this group as well. Bubba and Chase a little further back. They will not stay single file for the next 25 laps, and that group right behind them will be right on top of them. But yeah, Denny Hamlin cycled through the lead. Yeah.
I seen him come off pit road, but I didn't think he'd have to lead.
I wanted to say that front group made the best time, but I wasn't sure. But I guess I was right. The first group that pitted, or the second group, the Fords pitted first, and then they pitted the next lap. Yeah. Michael's got 4 cars in the top 6. Well, we got to get that 11 car out of there somehow.
I guess he's got Jones, Byron, Chastain, and Haley.
an organization here you see Keselowski serving his penalty pass through Castrol cam showing you Keselowski coming down at pit road speed.
Keselowski just served his penalty for the second time today.
Something tells me something's going on there. Maybe some weight transfer getting on the split or locking those front tires up.
There you go. That lead pack's all back where they were. They're just single file now. Well, they're not running the positions they were, but they're all still together. Yeah. He pitted with the Toyotas, the second group of Toyotas, the Kurt Busch group. He pitted with them.
This race is really jumbled up. Again, teammates can't find one another.
Yeah, this race got flipped on its ass here through them last pit stops.
Most of the time you can kind of predict
So now, scrambled eggs, with, as you say, with 24 laps to go.
damn eggs. Is
Making a nice omelet here, but when do you want to start trying to find your teammate?
William Byron's going to win this race. I'm with you now. I'm on the train with you now.
In the middle or the back of this pack, you got Hamlin up front with his buddy Larson. I think they're pretty content where they're at. So is Eric Jones. He knows he's not going to get any help.
Well, Justin Haley's the one that's sneaky.
Well, I'm talking about stealing the win.
Yeah.
Well, those guys have to work. They have the track position that everybody in the back needs. They're trying to get up there, happen to do something. Let's get out of line. Let's do something. Find our allies.
Maybe the Chevys gang up on the 11.
Gotta get her away from them. But to answer another part of your question,
They got 5 Chevys. Yeah, they're going to gang up on Hamlin. They got enough guys. They'll pull it off. I'm not confident that Hamlin can hold this.
approach on the day. 50 to go. I wanted to start going, getting myself in position. Even that last pit stop.
Hamlin's got 5 Chevys behind him before you get to the 2 Toyotas further back. He'll never be able to hold these guys off.
Help me. I need something to get me up front.
I think looking in the middle of the pack, Bubba Wallace is probably a good choice as far as cars.
I think Bubba and Chase got a little fucked on this pit stop sequence, but they can still get back to the front. Yeah. Just not as good as Bubba was before the pit stops.
Top 2 finishes in last 3 super speedway races.
It's like he's good at it or something.
He's running around clear to back of this pack. Somebody pulls out, makes a move, you can count on him going with you.
Boy, I sure do wish Ty Dillon was still in this race.
In front of him, same boat. 22
I was him,
laps to go. We'll take our final side-by-side break and then bring you home at Talladega.
Still single file coming 21 to go. The leaderboard is pretty accurate 'cause they're single file. It's not like when they're running 2x2 and the leaderboard just goes back and forth, back and forth. So our weekend pass for Charlotte is as much as 1 Bristol ticket. And we're going to 3 races.
I can't believe that's so cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't really cheap.
You hear that, guys? We're getting 3 race tickets for the same price as 1 Bristol ticket to go to all 3 races in Charlotte. Hey, DFS, how you doing? See, I made sure my job lets me off work early on Sundays. Even though I hate getting up early on Sunday morning after I work the night before. But I'll live with it. 20 laps to go, still single file. Yeah, I appreciate the cut, Michael. It's just a damn shame I'm not getting that Ty Dillon money.
That was the dream.
That was the dream right there.
Lap 169.
Oh, yeah. No. 2 lap car single file won't be a problem.
They get side by side.
Like fucking
Do
McDowell and Gilliland did at Atlanta.
No, do what Chastain did earlier. Was it Chastain that made them split?
Chastain went to the middle, and McDowell held his line on the bottom, but Chastain going to the middle fucked everybody over. Kenny G. The most nerve-wracking part of a super speedway race, that anticipation. Every year with this.
The up and down's been exciting today. Like
And through it all, Eric Jones has been the most consistent.
This thing has been scrambled.
Eric Jones has been so good today.
Larson has too.
No. I don't think Larson's going to know what to think if he wins Talladega. They're catching Yaley and Keselowski, I think that is, in front of them. Do I have to give customer service? Not much.
This would be the chance for them to leave Denny out.
Yeah.
No way around him. I don't know if they can get close enough. Nope. Ain't no matter. They caught them at the perfect spot.
Yeah. Whole field is snake around these lap cars here. 18 to go.
Brad Keselowski, you had to make a penalty pass through.
Up front, we've got a battle for the lead.
Uh-oh. Kyle Larson did it. He hung out Denny Hamlin. There go the Chevrolets. Trailing by Denny. You're right. They used the lap cars. They went by them lap cars and all them Chevrolets. Yeah, Kurt Busch let Denny Hamlin back in line, but the 5 Chevrolets leapfrog. The 6 Chevrolets, I should say. 5. Sorry, math is hard. I do math for a living. This brought Chase Elliott closer to the front as well, and Austin Dillon.
Look at the run he had. Really didn't have
That's a perfect time to make that move.
Snuck up on Denny.
Yeah. When you got 5 aligned cars behind you like that, it's real easy to make that decision. Denny Hamlin's back in 6th place now. Larson, Jones, Byron, Chastain, and Haley, the top 5. You know Jones ain't going to stay behind Larson. That's not going to last.
But he does have Willie B right there. So when Eric Jones moves, Willie B's going to stay with Larson.
Yeah, Willie B will stay with Larson. Damn, Bubba's losing even more ground. He jumped out of line and tried to make something happen. Now Bubba's going to the very back. That sucks.
Having confidence, finding confidence in the super speedway is tough. You've got to learn that, and it only comes with confidence. Making a move and it be the
No top 5s and 30 super speedway starts for Kyle Larson. Not even a 5th place finish for Larson.
Just think of the year he had last year, and it was like, no, you still suck.
Got wrecked at the end of the Daytona 500, blew up in the spring Talladega race, got wrecked in the summer race at Daytona. So, yeah, even last year Larson didn't have a good race at a super speedway. He did good in the 500. He was top 10, but got wrecked on the last lap. And Daytona hates Larson so much, he even wrecked on the road course the next week. Chastain and Jones and Haley are not loyal. They're the wild cards here, especially Jones and Chastain. What do they got to lose?
Today with others, but that group that he is with, he almost will have to have a friend to go along and go toward the front. But with the Chevys up in front of him, it shouldn't be hard to find.
Denny's still got some good help behind him. He's got Kurt. Denny's going to get another shot. Yeah, he's going to get another shot with the cars he's got behind him. And Austin Dillon's a Chevy, but he's so far back, he'll go with him. When you're that far back, you're just going to follow whoever pulls out in front of you. Denny will have another chance. Yeah, Kyle Busch is in this lead group again.
Yeah, he knows that if he pulls that line to take that outside line, or wherever he goes, Kurt's got to go with him. He owns it. He signs Kurt's check, so we know Kurt's going to go with him.
Then it's going to be behind him.
Yep. They have to make that commitment. That's their only opportunity to try to win this race.
Yes, sir. And for Eric Jones, he needs Chastain or Haley to pull out to have somebody to go with to beat the Heather car. I'm going to tell you.
Maybe to get to the front, yeah.
Because he knows the 24
You're going to have to gang up on the 24 and the 5. Can't do it alone. Can't do it with 2 cars. Damn, Kevin Harvick just shit that fucking outside line that looked like they were going to build some momentum there. Is he going to let him in? Nope. I thought that outside line had some momentum, but Harvick pulled out and got back into the bottom. That's going nowhere. Look at Cindric trying to help. Bless Austin Cindric for trying with that damaged car.
Back up front, still single file.
See that momentum walking off. On the outside.
Nowhere to go. Ooh, Blaney. Elliott cuts up in front of Blaney. Now that could bring this outside line up to the front. Good move, Chase. Good move, Chase. Good push, Blaney. What a push. Somebody get up there and pick him up. Yeah, they made it up to 6th place. Here comes a push from Almirola to Blaney, back to Chase. Got to get to Chase, got to get to Chase. There you go. This outside line's coming now with 13 to go. Good move, Chase Elliott. Give himself a chance to win. I thought Chase was screwed earlier. I really thought Chase was screwed after pit stops. Yeah, look for Ross to pick up this outside line at the last possible second, like he does. 12 to go. Monster push from Blaney to Chase. Yeah, too late. Byron, move up. I was going to say, Byron and Larson could have moved up and got the 43 out.
They might. If that outside comes in hard enough, I think they will.
There's Byron. He picks him up. Eric Jones does it too. Now Larson moves up. They all jump to the outside. Now Chastain's leading the bottom. Now Larson's back to the bottom. Now Jones is side by side with Larson for the lead. Oh, man. Do they really, though?
I think they do. It looks funny, but I think they do. They've got both lines how they want.
Jones, Larson, Chastain, Byron, Haley Elliott, 2x2.
Get to his inside.
Eric Jones leads that lap, 11 to go. Bowman's fucking up the outside. Woo, this is getting good. They're about to lap Christopher Bell. It could shuffle. I think Bell will hold the bottom here. Larson takes the lead again. It's his choice. Jones almost got spun there by Byron. That just killed that outside. Byron got Jones loose. Yep, they're losing ground. They'll get it back. They'll get it back. The lap car shuffling the bottom is going to help them get this run back and get back to where they were. 10 to go. Larson, Chastain, and Haley. Chastain's going to kill a motherfucker to win this race. You know that. Yeah, the key thing here is keeping Jones door to door with Denny so Denny can't cut up and lead that outside.
Because if it stays like this, we're set for a good win.
Yeah.
They know each other's playbook. If you're Kyle Larson, Dale, what do you do? Nobody's done this better.
I hate that.
Dale Jr. was in this position in 06 when he had 2 Hendrick cars lined up behind him, and they fucking wrecked his ass. Yeah, Bubba's working his way back into the picture here, just holding steady on the bottom while they shuffle on the outside and do whatever. Oh, yeah, Bubba's getting back in this. Outside's lost a lot of momentum now.
I think Denny and Kurt's going to pull up. They have to.
Denny, Kurt, and Truex could. Truex can't get clear.
They have to. Truex should go now.
If he ain't leading, I want to be the next one.
Ooh. This is amazing.
Truex go. Take the 2 in front. Then I think they might be worried they're going to leave him for the inside.
Good God. The way Byron pushed Eric Jones. Big run, 24-43, pushing through the tri-oval. That's not good. That's not good. Hold it steady. Steady wheel. That's how guys get spun out, pushing in the tri-oval. Justin Haley's third, buddy. He's such a good super speedway racer. Inside checked up.
They're going to try to get a run down this back straightaway. Byron in the back of that 43 pushing hard as he can.
That's that slack in the chain, as I call it.
Come on, Byron. Push that 43 to the front. I don't think Denny's comfortable moving without Kurt. If Kurt Busch ain't clear, he ain't going to make the move.
They're not wanting to give up the inside.
Yeah.
This feels too good.
Part of the reason, hold the bottom if you're Denny, and you know Chastain's going to make a move and open up a chance for you to get through. So, oh, who straddled the apron? That was Hamlin. He straddled the apron coming out of the tri-oval. Junior went, because you can spin out so easy doing that.
3 Toyotas lined up right behind.
I don't think the 43 is slow. I just think that outside it's tougher to keep the momentum.
Wow.
Now they got a good push.
Wow.
It's just harder to keep that momentum on the outside when the bottom's shortest way around and got the most cars and the most stable cars. And then they got Jones gets loose every time they push in the corner. But that side draft's going to keep him with Larson. It's not going to get him clear, but it's going to keep him with him. Now the whole field's 2x2 again. 6 to go. I think Jones led that lap with 6 to go. Oh! Byron got him loose again, pushing in the corner. Larson, just stay on the bottom. That's all I can tell you. If a wreck happens, it's going to be Byron pushing the 43. Take it. If you get clear of Larson, take it. You got to get off the front bumper of that 24. He's pushing the shit out of you. He's had you sideways a couple of times.
How about the 43 car? Stuck on 199 wins. If that kid can get that 43 victory lane for the 200, that'd be a big day. Big.
Another push. Jones going to lead this lap. Clear. Take it if you want it. He doesn't take it. He stays up top with Byron and Elliott. 5 to go. Oh, he wanted to take it. He waited too long. He should have took it when they crossed start finish. And look at Larson. He knows now. Larson's really starting to pay attention to that outside. He wanted to move up there as well. This is the race-winning push right here, Byron to Jones right here. He couldn't get clear again. Chastain pushed Larson right back up there. That outside line just broke apart big time. They're going back. They're going back. Chase is backing off. He's going to get another big push from Blaney, but
He comes hard.
he comes hard. He starts to come, and then he pulls out. Junior's right. It's going to be the 24 and the 43 if it happens. 4 laps to go. Larson led that lap.
4 laps to go. Nobody can push harder than that.
I think the 5 and the 43 are going to turn to Indy.
That's some muscle on that 24 car to be able to push the way he does.
Side by side, all the way back to the pack here.
2x2 all the way back again. Bubba's going to try to make a third line about 10 or 12 cars back. I don't think it's going to work. He's got to try, though. From that far back, at this point, you might as well try. Larson's still out front.
Junior's like me inside
Yeah.
right now. Like,
Harvick just ditched Bubba's line.
Oh, are they dumping Denny?
Oh, Denny on the bottom got hung out. How do you get hung out on the bottom?
Kurt hung it.
Denny Hamlin's going to the back. This inside line's busted. Oh, Kurt Busch saves it. Kurt Busch to the inside. What a move by Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch is up to 4th with that move. And Elliott went to the outside of Byron. Big push from Bubba to Blaney. I don't think it's going to be enough to get to Chase. Jones in front of Larson and Chastain. Larson stays in line. Larson's not going to make the move too early. Larson's very patient. Yep, Blaney, Chase, and Bubba, third line. They got to get clear of that second line, though, to even have a chance at this. Chase, take it. Chase, just get clear. Just get clear. Ooh, Almirola got turned sideways by Bowman. And Hamlin jumps out of line. What's Denny doing? What?
No, there's no way.
Did Denny just say, fuck it, I'm not going to win and I don't want to get wrecked, and that's why he just backed off? Because Denny from that far back ain't going to win. He just backed off. Jones, Larson, Chastain, Kurt Busch, and Byron. Single file on the bottom. Lap car. They just sped around a lap car. 2 to go. Oh, my God.
Wait till they all split.
We're coming to the white flag. It's now or never. If I'm Larson, you got to make this move at the white flag, I think. Or do you want to be vulnerable? Do you want to make the move too early and have Ross be the one trying to make the winning move on you? I don't think so. Yeah.
Eric Jones is the only long dog right here.
We got 7 cars, single file, coming to the white flag. Larson's going to lay back here and get a big run. He's going to set him up on this lap. White flag, 1 to go. Speak now, forever hold your penis. Haley to the outside, Bowman outside, not enough. Haley's going to get hung out. They're stacking up here at the lead. Larson lags back. Eric Jones still the leader down the back. Nobody's coming yet. Larson down the back. Right here. Larson. Take it. Go to the top. Larson, go to the top. Damn, Larson's really just waiting till the last minute to make this move. Kurt Busch to the outside of Chastain for third. Austin Dillon to the back bumper. Chastain. I think Eric Jones is going to win this thing. There's going to be a big run. Jones going to have to block one big run. Here comes Larson. Larson walls Kurt Busch.
Ross!
3 wide for the lead. Ross Chastain.
Ross! Bubba's crushed.
Ross Chastain wins Talladega. And Bubba just got crashed hard. Kyle Busch ends up third.
Wow.
Larson pulled out at the same time Kurt did. They got hooked together. Kurt got put in the wall. I don't know what happened to Bubba, but he ate shit. I hope he's all right. Ross Chastain, second career win. Ross Chastain and William Byron, the only repeat winners this year. Kurt Busch got walled by Larson in the tri-oval there. I don't think it was intentional. They both went at the same time. I thought Larson had it too. Ross Chastain just won again. I told you before the race he was going to win. I just didn't want to bet on him. Bubba's got the wind knocked out of him. Kurt Busch is okay. Whew. That was nasty. 23-11, lost 2 cars on the last lap. There was so much going on, you couldn't even tell where to look. Bubba had a couple. Remember, Bubba got wrecked on the last lap at Atlanta and got hurt too. So that's 2 super speedways in a row. Bubba got nasty wrecks. Larson just waited too damn long. Larson waited too long. I kept waiting. Larson, make the move, make the move. When they got up to him there, that's when Larson should have moved. Kurt Busch said, fuck it, I'll go. Truex went with him. The run died out. Austin Dillon won this race for Chastain here with this push. And it got Larson pushed. Larson takes the push from Chastain, but he wasn't clear of the 45, and he put him in the wall. Eric Jones is in the middle of nowhere with no help, and Chastain wins.
Bubba was going to win.
You think so?
If they go back, watch Bubba, look at Bubba's run.
Oh, yeah, Bubba would have really had that. Yeah, oh, my God. If Bubba Wallace didn't get turned there, it was going to be this close with him and Ross at the end. It was going to be a photo finish if Bubba didn't get turned there. Austin Dillon finished second. Nah, he blew up last week. Ty Dillon got a top 10 last week. Yeah. Well, Ross Chastain won. I like his Coda car better with that chrome number on it. Eric Jones was the leader all the way to the restart zone in the tri-oval. Austin Dillon gave Chastain a huge shove, and then Bubba got turned, and that won him the race. Lots of not paying attention. Larson waited too damn long, and by the time he went to make the move on Jones, Kurt Busch was there, and they got hooked together. And then the gates of heaven opened up for Ross Chastain. If I was Kurt Busch, I'd be a little fucking salty at Kyle Larson right now. He's going to do the Michael Waltrip celebration, the roof hatch. Ross is going to do the Mikey celebration. He just opened the roof hatch. Hey. I love that you can open that roof hatch. I forget that it's there. But Michael Waltrip used to do that when he won Talladega. He got out through the roof hatch.
Let's count how many laps Ross Chastain led today.
1.
Is it more than his car number?
And we had a Talladega race that didn't go to 30 overtimes. Scheduled distance. Chase Elliott gets another top 10, 7th. Chase Elliott's still going to be the points leader. We're getting a watermelon. Corey LaJoie finished 14th as he spun across the start. He got spun by Michael McDowell through the tri-oval, coming out of the tri-oval. Don't do like Randy Orton and step through that hole like he did in the announce table that one time. Trackhouse has 2 wins now. No, I didn't win shit today.
Ross Chastain with his,
But we're all winners.
Celebration. Ross, you were, as he enjoys a little bit of that watermelon right now, Ross, you were a lap down at one point in this race.
Yeah, he was a lap down at stage 1. And because he raced hard to get that free pass,
Holy cow.
he ended up winning.
I'm always the one going to the top too early and making the mistake, and there at the end it was like 8 to go, and I'm like, I'm not going up there again. I did that a couple times today, and I was like, I'll just ride in the bottom. If it works, I'm not going to lose the race for us. I'll just let them. And this Moose fraternity, almost 1 million Moose members across the world and the country. I know there's some out here at Talladega to win with.
Shout out to my dad, who always told me that Ross sucked and was overrated. Every time he wins, I'm going to bring that up. It was like that with Keselowski for a long time, because my dad said the same shit about Brad years ago. I'm like, nah, Brad's the man. He's really good.
Could you ever imagine this amount of success this early on in your tenure here?
No, Regan, are you kidding me? You know me. I've wrecked myself so many times and gotten into it with guys.
2020 Daytona 500 going into turn 1. Monster run to take the lead and piled up the whole fucking field. I remember that.
Yeah, I mean, Justin Marks and what he laid out for us.
Yeah, Austin Dillon had a second at Martinsville and a second here. Actually, no, Austin Dillon was third at Martinsville. Yeah, third, because Logano was second.
Last year at Advent Health, the Moose, now with Worldwide Express, and Jockey coming on board. We've got partners. They're believing in us. We started the year with a lot of races open. We're almost full now.
And
it's because
variety.
of
You
the
want to
vision
down
of
a
Justin
road
Marks.
course into a super speedway.
We won, dude!
He can win anywhere.
That is some variance.
Ross is a badass man.
2 tracks you really got to know how to drive.
And fucking Eric Jones was leading at the restart box on the last lap.
Did it go wrong?
Yeah, I mean, just
Sitting duck when you're the leader. What can you do?
been close here so many times in this race and the fall race. But
Larson should have did it right here. If Larson does it right there, he probably wins.
coming there that last lap, we were single file. I felt pretty good about it, but they kind of doubled up behind us, and that top lane was getting some momentum. Looking back, I wish we would have stayed.
Yeah. Watch on this replay, if y'all are watching, watch Bubba here before he gets hooked.
Too far ahead already right here, and
Larson hooks right there.
Right through the
Oh!
right by all of them.
I think Ross would still beat him by a little bit.
so much is going on from the seat, and you're trying to make the best decision you can in the last, 1,500 feet. But,
Eric Jones still finished 6th.
Up front, lead laps, just really would love to get to 43.
Kyle Larson gets his first Super Speedway top 5. 8 years into his Cup career, 9 seasons in.
Front there at the end of the last 10, I knew we had a shot, but just couldn't quite close it out.
6th place doesn't tell the story
That
for
was
Eric
worth
James.
every
Eric Jones,
damn
Jamie.
hour of
And
3
Kyle Larson
hours.
brings it home.
Look at Larson with his car in one piece for the most part.
I made a mistake. What would you have done?
You waited too long.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I did a pretty near perfect job for me at a super speedway until the last lap there. I should have I think just kind of faked going high and then went back low. I had that run and Ross helped me with that run and kind of baited me into going to the outside. So just a little inexperience probably there, but really proud of my team. We did a great job executing all race long. The car was great. I felt like we could push people great. I felt like we could receive pushes well. So
You done great, Kyle.
yeah, like I said, really proud of them. Honestly, the first time I've had a legit shot at winning a plate race in the Cup Series, so happy about that. But when you are that close, and I was in the exact position I wanted to be in, I didn't want to be leading. So I feel like I did a good job with patience and stuff. Just made one
Too
small
much
mistake there and cost me.
When they had that run going into 3, that was it.
But that's his lack of experience in that department.
And I called that with a couple to go. I said, Larson's going to wait till the last second. He's not going to pass. I felt good about Jones winning because I said Larson's going to stay with him for a long time.
You his discipline and
Yeah,
patience.
just good discipline. A little too much patience,
Stayed
but
in the same damn
you could say a lot of things about Larson, but when it comes to super speedways, he's like a stay in the pack and just ride kind of guy. He's going to wait, and he did stay behind
finished
Jones.
the race.
Should have made that pass going into 3, and then he tried to make the pass out of 4, but Kurt Busch was at his quarter panel, and that was that.
Michael McDowell, your best finishing Ford. Would you have been able to think that after this race?
Wow. Man, Bubba, 2 straight super speedway races, just got his ribs shattered on the last lap. That's brutal.
I'm proud of him, though. He's showing me something.
Chastain, Austin Dillon, Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, Martin Truex 5th, Eric Jones, Chase Elliott, Mike McDowell, Alex Bowman, some washed-up boomer named Kevin Harvick finished 10th. Remember Kevin Harvick? Did you know he still runs?
Yeah, the one that kept being his teammate earlier.
Man, I'm so happy for Ross, but I'm just thinking about what if Eric Jones won that race.
200 wins.
Next week is Dover. Let me see what time Dover is. I mean, I'll be home because I know they're... Nah. Well, you never know.
4 p.m.
You said 4, and I was like, now that I said, oh, wait a minute. I know the Xfinity's at like 1:30, so I should be, if my work schedule stays the same and I don't go until 5, I can stream the Xfinity race. Dover. 3 o'clock. Well, at least I know I'll be off work by then.
That's funny.
Then Darlington the week after, we're going to that. Then we got Kansas. Then we got the All-Star race. And then all 600 weekend we'll be there. We'll be there all 3 days. So no streams on Memorial Day weekend. And then we get a nice long summer of live streams because my next race after that is the Southern 500, and then the Bristol Night Race, and then the Charlotte Roval. And then I'll be on a cruise during Martinsville near the end of the year. So after Charlotte's over with, you'll get like a couple months of me not missing any streams. Let me count the races after that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 straight weeks of me streaming with me not going to any races, but we're going to a couple of races this month. Well, Dylan couldn't stream it for me because he's going to be there too.
I wouldn't know how to do that anyway. 41 lead changes.
Yeah, we had 41 lead changes. That's pretty crazy. I only had 6 cautions. Only 6 cautions, and that includes stage yellows. I think that was a good Talladega race.
What was that green flag run at the end?
That green flag run at the end was the entirety of stage 3. 60 laps. We had a 60-lap run. Actually, no, wait. Was there a caution in the last stage? No, there wasn't, because there was green flag pit stops, and that was it.
The last one, I remember, well, actually.
Because Bell got spun, but there was no caution because he just kept going.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the Cody Ware one. I think that was at the end of stage 2.
Yeah, it was in stage 2. So we had stage 3 go green there at the end.
Let's see, the last call, lap 122, stage caution.
Yeah, that was it.
The last caution was lap 92.
Yep.
So they went over half of the race. They went 96 laps green.
Yeah.
The last half.
If you don't count the stage yellow, yep. So that's an old school Talladega race. You used to get long runs. Hell, Junior won a caution-free race here in 2002.
Second victory of the season.
I love Ross Chastain.
Byron in that category.
Just think Briscoe, Byron, Chastain, and Reddick should have won like half the races this year.
A perplexing finish at Talladega.
Such a good race, I don't want to end.
Doesn't make a move and wins the race.
Yeah, sometimes that's all you need to do.
Didn't make a move. That sounds
Austin
weird.
Dillon won that race for Ross Chastain.
You know, Daytona, the Fords won. The Toyotas looked great at the start of the Daytona 500, but the Chevys were nowhere. They were MIA and came here, and they didn't qualify that well. We wondered what was going on. Well, it seems like they really went to work to find out how to make their cars race better at Talladega and Daytona.
Totally agree with you. The Fords were dominant in Daytona. They're the ones that everybody was chasing. What they do, they went to work, tried to figure out how they could handle better.
If Ross Chastain fails post-race, Austin Dillon wins, so stay tuned for that later. Yeah, he was the one who won it for Ross, so I actually wouldn't even complain about that. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it.
Super speedway racing, big-time moves, big-time momentum, and big-time blocks.
I need more likes before I end the stream, guys. Please. It's good for my soul. You better hurry, because I'm about to end the stream. You're running out of time to hit the like button. You better hurry. I am slowly turning my wireless mouse on. I am exiting my web browser. I'm going to my OBS now. We're going to end the stream.
Wait, that says delete account.
Uh-oh. Anyway, I guess stream's over. I'll stream something during this week. Like I said, I'm off Monday. I'm off Wednesday and Thursday. I think I work Friday morning. But anyway,